Welcome back to Dustful. Hello. This is we're back with Blades in the Dark and Chaotic Neutral Games. Rodrigo, your storyteller for tonight, and we're gonna be joining Mike, Simon, and Kevin. Kevin, sadly, no cat today, as far as we know, as we join them back again in their continuing bumbling through Dustful. Don't forget that you can always join in the chaos by just clicking the Discord link down below or subscribing if you want to throw money at us. So without further ado, let's go back to the city of ghosts and broken dreams as we play another session of John Harper's Blades in the Dark. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry, we've been having some interesting conversations during the intro sequence. So how is everyone on this fine Tuesday afternoon slash night because time zones?
Good. I mean, yeah, good long weekend over here in the UK. So we had the whole Good Friday, Easter Monday. Not religious, but I meant that I got a lot of gaming in. So.
But cool. Yeah. Again, we don't have Cat tonight. Hopefully, they'll show up later. But
yeah, we don't know where Cat is, but hope they are okay. Yeah.
So, yeah. Without further ado, then let's start playing. Because I think we kept everyone waiting long enough. Okay, so this is a quick recap of what happened last session. You guys decided to forgo all sense of subtlety and the fact that you decided to play thieves, spies, and saboteurs and went for a straight up pirate, like basically attacking a ship head on, and it went badly. I mean, you still completed the score, but it went super poorly.
Oh yeah.
There's only so much piracy you can do as a shadow, so yeah.
Hey, no one got hurt as much as they could have.
And I kept my promise to you, so there we go.
It's literally that fucking image of, we did it, Patrick! We saved the city! And the city's on fire. Alright, so the last thing we talked about last time, Slate basically got jumped by a bunch of bluecoats.
Yeah.
And got the tar beaten out of him. But most importantly, he got information beaten out of him. And that has led to you guys getting your first wanted level. And I'm just gonna be upfront on this already. You can reduce heat as much as you want through your downtime.
Right.
Wanted levels can only go down in one way, and that's sending someone to jail.
Oh. Oh dear. Okay.
So, just bear that in mind.
Well, if Kat doesn't show up today, we're gonna send them to jail.
Oh my god, you're gonna say cast.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
The funny thing is that there's an entire system in this book about playing in jail. So,
yeah.
So, I don't know.
They would have a kick of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were to go into jail, and I think Mike knows the reference that I'm giving here. And that it would be going into jail knowing full well that within 24 hours somebody would be coming to us with a deal. I think there's an episode of I can't remember if it's Leverage or what was the British one, Mike?
Hustle.
Hustle. Thank you.
Hustle.
Where they deliberately allow themselves to get arrested, and they just sat there smiling, waiting for the governor to come up and go, "I need to make a deal with you." And they're like, "Yeah, we're listening, because they everything was pre-planned, including their capture."
Hey man, I don't mind recreating the Shawshank Redemption in Duskfall.
So exactly how many sessions is it to carve through the wall with the
I mean, we can do that as a flashback.
With the
It'll be
little
a high,
hammer.
very high stress
Yeah,
flashback.
I've been slipping rock hammers in for the last 2 years, so people have already.
I'm paying
cut that
people
whole
on the
forward.
inside to carve it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
sorry, we're out tomorrow. We go in, we're out the next day.
All right. So,
Hi guys, thank you very much. Which poster? This one here. Okay, nice choice. Thank you very much. Give the governor our regards and tell them it was us and we did it in one night. We need the reputation. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Okay, so let's cut back to yet another rainy day on the dusk. When we left off last time, we hadn't done downtime. These guys are still at war, so you still only get one downtime action
Yeah.
unless you spend coin or reputation. Which let me see. I mean, you got rep to spend, but still, it's you're basically spending XP to do more downtime actions. Slate, you already pre-programmed your downtime action. If I remember correctly, you wanted to start a long-term project.
Yeah,
I didn't
but
write
also
it down
suspect-
because I'm an idiot. But,
That's cool. So, yeah, we spoke off camera about something I've got planned, but I've had a lot of physical trauma, so I may want to try and focus on that as a downtime action. Can I recover as a downtime action?
yeah, you can recover. Tell me who you're looking at. Like, do you know like a physicker, or do you think you know
I
someone
don't
who
have
knows?
one personally. No, I don't have one personally.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that I'm still gonna allow you to take the recover action like as normal, but thematically, you're looking for someone to treat you.
Okay.
You can use
I
Eckert.
mean, are there any factions that I could use Edgar? Are there any factions that are available to
Let me check,
the
actually.
citizens that could potentially be a source of healing? It could
Give
end
me a
up
moment.
leading to us owing somebody, but
Not particularly. You are the faction that you're at the best standing at are the Foundation, which I forgot to bring into the game because yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, the faction that has best standing with you is the Foundation, and I don't know how like a bunch of a secret society of architects is going to be helpful in finding you a doctor. So
good
I'm-
at shoring up edifices, not so much shoring up snipers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was on my way to a meeting with a supplier, and that I'd set up through. I'll call him one of my deadly friend list.
Yeah.
Castor the bounty hunter had set me up with a guy that he knows that could get me a few tools for ongoing projects. So when I don't turn up for that due to being waylaid by the constabulary, maybe they come find me, and they've got a guy they go to when they need some level of care. So it's putting me in their debt again. But Castor's always holding one over on me. There's always something that I've got that they'll end up calling on me for. So it's just one more notch in the tally that one day he's going to come in. They'll come in and they'll call all those debts in.
Cool. All right, so I just did a roll for Castus guy.
Yeah.
You get to tick off. Guy's pretty good. Like guy's like an established physicker. With
Well,
like I imagine.
Castor relies on him, so he must be
Yeah.
some good.
So yeah, he's good. He's good. I'm gonna say I already roll for them. You get to tick off 2 segments from your healing clock. It's in your character sheet.
True.
Um, and when that fills up, you get to like bring down a harm or remove a harm.
Okay.
So, um,
So I pass a few coin to Castor and say, I'm going to need you to collect a few things for me. I don't think I can get to our contact. And I'll leave that in his hands. So I'm not, that's me waylaying, that's putting off the clock project. Um,
okay.
but mentally, I'm earmarking that coin. So I now don't have that coin in my head.
Mhm.
So I'm not going to be spending it on anything else.
Okay. So, so you're basically, so let me get it. Mechanically, you're spending a coin to get another downtime action, which is
Um,
start a
I
long-term
suspect, yeah,
project.
no, you're right. I suppose that's so. Like, I've got 2 coin I've been banking with the intention of actually beginning this project. Um,
Okay.
so
Okay.
let's go through that because I don't think we've done that yet
No.
in anybody's downtime.
So, give me a moment. I'm gonna make
Yeah, of course.
sadly, I don't have a token on Roll20 for this. So I'm gonna make a cloak on a clock just in text only on my end.
Sure.
Um,
I, if in future you need them, I have a set of available tokens that I've used in the past games
cool.
for clock sizes from like 3 through to I think 10.
Yeah, long-term projects are 12 segment clocks, and I already have up to 8 for Roll20. So,
Okay, I'll get a
yeah.
12
So
through.
what's the long-term project again? Remind me.
Okay, so there's a reason why I've been spending time around Jacob's chess set. Um, Part of the preparations I'm making for in Slate's head, the inevitable storming of the Bastille level invasion of our base is to put various traps and weapons in locations that people wouldn't think are going to be weapons. And one
Okay,
of those is going to be to embed basically grenade style explosives in the chess pieces on Jacob's board.
that's
So I've measured every piece and got all the specifics.
yeah. Okay, so what's gonna work is um like almost all downtime things. Give me a roll, choose the skill,
Sure.
and your
Okay.
result determines how many segments you take off.
Um,
No effect,
1 second. I'm
no.
just gonna work out kind of what role that would be.
e-
Um, so I mean, I'm using somebody else to pull this together. So I'm looking at precision attacks. I'm looking at that kind of putting something in place for future uses. I'm going to maybe try and make this a hunt roll as I'm trying to, one, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
I'll
get the
allow
right
that.
person. I'm trying to find the
I'll allow
right
that.
person to do the job, and at the same time, also trying to use this to set up very specific opportunities of attack later.
I'll allow that.
Um, okay, so I'll make that roll. And you said no specific.
Yeah, no position, no effect. This is just to determine how
So
many
I am
segments you
still
take off.
harmed. So
No, this is not gonna count for that. It's just a
okay,
straight
fair
roll.
enough. Okay, well, it's not a very good roll anyway.
Okay, so yeah, you barely make a dent in this project. It's gonna take a while. You only tick off 1 segment from the clock out of 12. So it's gonna require more time. It's gonna require more resources. It's gonna require more people with the know-how. Yeah, you have your work cut out for you.
Okay, yeah, okay. We're not making any progress on that. So it was 2 coin I've got available, so I'll spend a second one as
I can
well.
I can I can allow another. You to spend another coin to
Because
get another
the
downtime.
point is that I've kind of been saving up to backtrack this in. So um, I'm going to switch it out from hunt to I'm going to use survey because it gives me better dice. It's metagaming, but So it wasn't going well.
I'm
The,
fine
the
with that.
research that I've been doing, the information that I've been trying to get hold of, I need to figure out why that's going wrong,
Yeah.
and find better sources. And this is the point maybe where I brought Castor in, thinking, okay, my contacts aren't enough. I need somebody else that's done this kind of stuff before. So I go to Castor, and they put me onto the right guy, hopefully. So let's have a look what the survey role will get me this time.
Let's see. Oh my
Not much better.
god!
So getting all those bad dice rolls out early.
Yeah, that's just another segment. 2 out of 12. It's again the problem. Like, I think your issue is less the people, it's the material. It's you're looking for something hyper specific. You're trying to fit a high-end explosive into something that is like relatively small. So that's the hard part.
Yeah,
You're
I've
still
got to
just
locate. I've got to locate. Well, I'll mark off the coin, and if I don't get some more cash soon, I might put a pause on this project.
going all in, eh?
Mike, does anybody know that Slate is doing this?
No, you know in general that I'm making preparations around the base. We've set this up well in advance. You know that I've been setting up booby traps and backdoors and escape plans and armaments. But specifically to your chess set, I've given you a warning: stop putting these things in fire, but not been very clear why.
Stop burning chess pieces, but it was dramatic.
Yeah, all the measurements I have kind of get thrown out if the pieces aren't as tall as when I measured them.
Okay.
Okay. So, is that all, Mike? First, cool. Checkers. What is your downtime action?
I actually just wanted to reduce my harm as well. Just
Yeah,
heal.
go ahead. Go see Eckerd. Give me a moment. I forget. Oh yeah, okay, I remember what I was rolling for Eckerd. Okay. That's... Oh, God, I hate that it's not on the sheet. Give me a moment. That's going to be... no, where is it? Should probably put fucking, bookmarks on this thing.
Yeah. By the time I'd finished with my very long werewolf game, you could just see pinata down the side, these little tabs.
Yeah, that's why I don't put him in. I don't like the pinata look on the side of a book. Okay.
You can get more decorative ones.
It's okay. Checkers. It's the same back alley doctor treatment that you're used to. You just fill in one segment.
All right.
It's the type of treatment where you're afraid that it might actually do worse harm. You know? It's
yeah. Eckerd's got shaky hands.
it's not just shaky hands. It's dirty. It's like you're completely sure that dirt shouldn't be going over open wounds, but he says it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Kakewaka. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Do you want to spend coin or rep for more downtime actions, or should I move on?
Actually, just move on. I don't have a specific thing I want to do now.
Okay. So last but not least, Jacob, what is your downtime action?
Yep. Just taking Mike off camera for a sec. There we go. I'm sat there in the opium den, and I've got just I haven't brought the chess set with me, largely because the focus that Slate has had on the chess set, and I'm there just staring at folded bits of paper, standees, effectively standee chess, yeah, and I've got it there, and it says EA, LD, R, LM, LP, MT, HB. inside the folded pieces of paper are Madame Teslin, Raphael, Lady Pendarren, for 3 of them. And I keep focusing. However, I'm in the opium den. And just whilst looking at these letters, I'm allowing myself a nice decent amount of stupor. I need to get rid of my stress in order to be able to help other people. I need my mind clear. I need to be focused. So
Absolutely.
I'm going to indulge in my vice.
Go ahead. You know how that works.
I
Roll
do
for it.
indeed. I'm just going to make sure that I don't switch over and Mike ends up back on the thing. So let me just knock him out on each of them. There we go. Right. Indulge vice. No bonus dice. And that is a 3 and
3.
a 1.
So
So
Yeah.
with 5 stress, I remove 3. Yeah.
you're back at 2. For a moment, the world disappears. You're left only with just haze for a moment, and you don't have to worry about the ghost who's haunting you. You don't have to worry about the secret society of nobles who is hell-bent on your destruction, on top of the regular nobility who you so hate. For a moment, it's just smoke. Anything else you want to do?
Just a little bit of detail, and that is when he leaves, there is on his regular table, just a piece of paper with a diamond in the middle, because he's not going to draw an exact eye. With a K in the diamond, and he's frustrated. He doesn't know what to do with this piece. He's been given a new chess piece, and he doesn't know how to use it. Doesn't know how it moves. He's very frustrated. He picks up a fountain pen and stabs it, breaking the pen right in the middle of the eye. Ink spills all over the place. He gets up, picks up the standees, stuffs them into his pocket, and walks out, more angry than when he started. Clear-minded, but more angry than when he started.
We cut then back to Six Towers, the decrepit district that once used to stand so proud as one of the higher, one of the more affluent places in Dustful, where the crew has their lair. I'm giving you guys the floor. You have the Eye of Kotar now. You're pretty dang sure it's the Eye of Kotar. You're feeling the heat from Duskfall's law enforcement. You guys have officially a bounty on your head now. On your collective heads. And the Circle of Flame are continuing to wage their secret war on you. Again, it's how I described it last time. People are just avoiding you. Places are straight up not like they're denying you services. Most of the people, it's making it so living a life on Dustful is harder than it already is. If that makes any sense.
I'm being that Mike needs some time. I was going to have a scene with Checkers anyway. After I was putting a concerted effort in last session to make sure I kept my promise to him, because I don't know what's going through his head at the moment, but I know what I want to do to try and help.
Quickly, just gonna quickly say, you haven't seen Cass since the boat operation.
We have seen, as in we did come out of the scene with them.
Yeah, you came out of the scene with them.
They came out
when
safe,
you guys,
and then they
came out safe. But when you guys split, you haven't seen them since.
That's fine. We didn't leave anyone behind. Was the point? That was very important. We didn't leave anyone behind.
You didn't leave anyone behind. I know you guys are not that bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yet. So, um, yeah. So you hope they're out carousing.
That's the assumption, yeah.
Yeah, you hope they're out carousing, but it's still worrying.
Yeah, because we're wanted. And I probably made a few comments saying they need to be better than this. They need to be more careful than this. I'm hoping that they're laying low, and that's why we can't find them, especially after what happened to Slate. Anyway, let's let's recoup. So, checkers made you a promise. I'm hoping that's helped in some way that I kept to that promise.
Let me go ahead and just throw just a d6 and to see if I'm holding the mask. Can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, Master Jacob, yeah. I mean, that was very nice. Everybody got out of there with no trouble. It was an amazing operation. It went smoothly, and I'm okay with that.
Good, good. Can I say I was very impressed by you in the last mission. You gave us the means to be able to do that in the first place. We just wouldn't have been able to have got out otherwise. I mean, that jellyfish thing was a stroke of genius. I think we need to be a little more creative, a little more. Well,
Yeah,
let's just
I
say.
don't know.
Go ahead.
I've been feeling like the old me is shining a little through more now that I'm sober. Um,
You do seem a little more lucid.
yeah. So yeah, the Checker's the inventor from the Scovian Wars. Yeah, it's shining through a little bit more.
It's good to
No?
finally meet him. It's yes. I heard the stories, but now to actually see it again, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
Now we have got some. We've got some work ahead of us. We're at war. We were at war even before we acknowledged we were at war. We've got this peace now. And he puts the Eye of Kotar between us. I've always wondered what a dead eye can be significant of. You know what I thought of the other day? Well, I say thought of, it was part of a delirium dream, but it was a pleasant one. I was wondering if the Eye of Kotar was that this eye had seen the sky, the sun, and that was the dying thing that they had seen. Largely with the romantic notion of you can look into a dead person's eyes and see the last thing they saw. I don't know if you've heard that legend. But that significance. Truth be told, I was clutching at straws to find out what the significance of this artifact was. Does it have some sort of ability in the same way that demon blood does, or any of these fetishes or arcane implements for ghosts? Or is it more that it's just cultural? It has sway because people give it sway. I don't know at the moment, but I think this is best entrusted to you. And he pushes the eye across the table. If there's anything that you can look into, find a way to exploit. I'd rather you keep it in the facility. But if you can find anything, that would be useful. I don't want to delve into whisper territory just yet.
Yeah. with a lot of care now, and uncharacteristic of Wilczek. I lean into the table and slowly slide it towards myself. You know, Master Pride, back in the war, we had I don't know if it was a superstition of ways, but I was a sapper in the shorelines of Scotland. And I also used to jump on enemy ships and blow them from the inside. We would go around the shores waiting for any dead bodies to turn up and pluck their eyes out. In the hope that those spirits didn't get to see our faces.
Ah, yes, they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Maybe to the ghost as well.
Yeah.
Seems oddly pragmatic these days.
So I don't know if it worked, but I've never been hunted. And I will I will ask my old pal Eckert if he knows anything about this, or what would it be used for, or just the general purpose of something, or what an artifact like this would mean for people, because it's an old eye. I've seen dead eyes before. I've seen rotten and bloated corpses. I've seen more than my share of dead people, and this eye's been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Obviously, don't mention to him that we have it. Only that you're interested in it, because the circle are interested in it. Okay.
As if on cue, the room feels extremely cold.
Yes, I hadn't forgotten about you. As I said to you on the boat, if I end up failing, you have nothing to take from me. If I have nothing, I'm of no use to you. At some point, you and I will have our reckoning, but today is not that day.
You didn't say that to me, Mr. Pratt.
Not to you.
I'll be waiting.
Not to you, sir.
You feel, Jacob, you specifically feel a rush of cold wind go through you. And then the room goes back to its. I mean, it wasn't hot before. You are in 6 towers after all, right? But like it goes back to its normal level of cold.
You said that you've never been haunted, Checkers. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to my own personal ghost.
Bad business.
Yeah. Both you and I both came out of the canal job with a disadvantage.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm feeling dandy.
You were out of sorts for a while. I gained a spectator. Now, the reason why I mention the eye to you, the reason why I mention that I'm glad that you have renewed focus, although my concern for you still hasn't abated. I'm concerned from you, Checkers. You're a talented person, you're a loyal person. Those two things are a treasure, and you have both. I believe that you still might have some compromised elements to you, and I want to see you as free as any of the rest of us, as much as you can be in Duskfall. But the main reason for that is, if my plan unfolds, I may be leaving you for some time. But let's cross each bridge as we come to it.
Okay. Well, she will be missed.
I've
There's
started
no such
making
thing.
preparations. Put it that way. Now, when Slate comes back, we have three elements that we need to deal with. First of all,
Mm.
defense. There's going to be a counterattack.
Mm.
Second of all, we've managed to get the sisters on side. This is no small thing. We need to figure out how we want to use that. Or just keep it as an ace in the hole. But then, if it is an ace in the hole, how do we use it when we need it? Finally, we need another prong of attack. That third one is going to be important. We need to make sure that, well, put it this way. If we play to win, we'll always lose. What we need to do is play to the point where the Circle of Flame believes it's no longer in their profit to argue with us. Now, that can happen one of two ways. Either we somehow appear to be broken and gone. Possible. Possible. I personally would like to build something here in Duskfall. Something that lasts as much as anything lasts. At least something that lasts as long as we do.
When Master Slate returns, I would like to discuss a plan that we put in practice at war. It might work for us.
Then Slate is definitely the person to speak to regarding that. I know no one finer for either covering your back for a deal even at long distance or setting up traps. Let's
I let
let's
out
take
a
the
wheezy
moment to
cough,
rest.
step out the shadows.
Whoa.
Batman over here.
You realise I
Um,
knew you were there.
Yes, I'm not surprised. I'm not quite at my best.
So
If we don't need a win. We just need to find a loss. We just need to find a loss for the circle.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't mind if we pin them politically, if we simply slip out under their radar, turn ourselves into something else, make it so that they believe they've won but we still profit. I am not full of pride that allows me to need to be an all-encompassing conqueror. It's enough in Duskfall to survive. So let's talk about survival. Your plan, checkers.
So, on the defense point, I think I have something very interesting that you both would like to hear. Back in the Skovish shorelines, we were trapped on a boat. The enemy around us were about to board. They killed around 17 of 25 men crew. So our numbers wagered, and we were just waiting for them to pluck us out one by one. But then the captain came up with just an amazing plan. What if we made it seem like there were more people on the boat than there were actually? So we made noise, and we just we were running around the ship at all times. We did not rest. The lights on the boat were never turned off, as in no one was sleeping, as if we were getting ready for a counterattack. They did not dare to board us because they thought our numbers were greater. So we survived 3 days, just enough to get us to shore. Not unscathed, but survived.
So you're suggesting we make ourselves bigger or appear bigger?
Yeah. At least, you know how Master Cass, they always do like a misdirection campaign of sorts. And you also have your contacts. Maybe we can just make our organization seem a little bit more prepared to take this on, not just for fools.
Maybe a little bit of fake it till we make it. Maybe we should be making ourselves look bigger whilst actually making ourselves bigger. I like the idea of having people who are on side but not card carrying members of the Dark Coal Solution. Anybody who walks around identifying with us at the moment, we're wanted. They're going to be taken in. But maybe just gaining those people who can make those differences.
Mm-hmm.
I sold myself by giving evidence to the Spirit Wardens as somebody who was on their side, somebody who didn't want this stuff to happen. We are fairly mundane, mechanical. We have an engineer, statistician, face. Me. We've never really been that involved with the occult other than preventing it. This isn't going to hurt us in any way if we... Well, previously it wouldn't have hurt us anyway, in any way if we sided with the Spirit Wardens.
Mm.
Now that we've got the sisters on side, that complicates things a little. We've got good standing with the gondoliers. The gondoliers, however, as far as anyone can be associated, are anti-occult. They only use it so far to control occult influences in the city. The sisters go the other way. They use the occult. We need to thread that line. Now, the best way I can think to do this is just to play neutral. Say, hey, whatever brings the money rolling in. Be more mercenary in our attitudes outwardly. So don't court the Spirit Wardens, which is just as well, because after our last outing, they hate us. I almost regret giving them the original copies of that paperwork now. And so we thread the line. I think it probably will help us. The Circle of Flame are arcanists, occultists. By siding with the sisters, we are saying to the city that we don't have anything against occultists. By siding with the gondoliers, we say that we're not pro-occultist. We are threading that line between the two where we say we don't care. So we don't become part of that argument. Good. That's one thing we don't have to worry about at present. I was willing to take a side if it would have benefited us and given us more legitimacy in the city. So we've got to decide where our angle is. Now, if it's to gain money, build an empire, that puts different players in the cities against us. If we're just there saying that we're looking after our own, that's something everybody can respect. Let's make an our own to look after. So I agree with you, long story short, Checkers. How about we start looking big and we bring people in and say, hey, did you know we're protecting you? We just need to make clear what we're protecting them from. And that's where I think Slate can help us with. I don't know if the truth above is at loggerheads with the Circle of Flame. Do you know, Slate?
I'm not high enough in the order to know all of our enemies, but I can certainly touch base with some of the guys that I deal with and make sure they know that we've got their back.
Okay. Are you okay? You were rattled up by the lost.
Yeah, I'll make it through. I'm not down. I'm just bouncing back. But the down was long, and the bounce back hasn't quite got back to this peak yet.
Okay.
You'll see me on the rooftop soon enough. I'll be up there soon.
At the moment, I wouldn't want you on a rooftop because I'm almost afraid of you
safest.
passing out and falling off.
No, it's where I'm safest.
Okay.
I can't get there just right now.
Okay. So, Cass is either in hiding or on some bender. Slate needs recovery. Whatever we do now, it needs to be elegant. So what's your plan, Checkers, to perceptively grow our numbers?
Well, I was thinking more on the mechanical part. So, you know those contraptions that these people have here in Dustfall, in the high-end clubs and all that, where you put a needle on a disc and it makes noise.
Oh, a stenophone. Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like poking people with a needle. Sorry, keep going.
Different club, and you don't need to be high class to be into that.
So we make one of those, and somebody makes. I will try to make the equipment so we can uh, carve out this little disc with something that sounds like a crowd that is running around our headquarters because we've already established they know where we are.
So have it so
Yeah.
that the streets whisper. I
Mm-hmm.
like it.
Yeah.
We can get started with that, but we're going to need funds. We're going to need funds, and ideally, I want to get enough in terms of funds to get people on side. So
As a
what I
reminder-
propose is a heist, a game that will benefit someone else and bring them into the fold. I'd like to benefit here, Six Towers. There are plenty of people, neighbouring people here, who, if we start being kind to them, start showing how advantageous it can be to be friends with us, it means our neighbours speak less. They tell people to mind their own business more. They're more forthcoming with information when people sniffing around. I suggest we gain a little turf.
Who works around 6 hours, by the way? Ask
The
Kevin,
Grey
not
Cloaks.
as the Grey Cloaks. Mm.
So either you're gonna have to screw them over or work with them.
Oh, I want friends. I want friends. I want our neighbours to be our friends. So either we just go for straight money and increase rep with the Grey Cloaks, or we go for rep
As
with the
is not
Grey
gonna be
Cloaks.
happy.
Rep with the Grey Cloaks and get turf as well. Not from the Grey Cloaks, but as part of that. Or we get turf and money, which may go badly against the Grey Cloaks. But yeah, either way, I would like to make sure that we start consolidating our position, a part of the city
Yeah.
where they cannot touch.
Give me a
solid
moment.
foundation. And then your whispering streets start to become a lot more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reading the section on the Grey Cloaks again. I didn't know you guys were gonna be dealing with them again. So let me come up.
Hey,
with
if I live
something.
next to them, either we have to take them out and own them, and I'm sorry, we're a little full on enemies right now. Please take a ticket and get into the line.
Mhm.
Or
Now serving ticket number 4.
I
Now
owe
serving
you.
enemy number
literally,
6.
it's literally an IOU for.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And good reference, Mike. Last time I sang the Mr. Rogers theme tune, I was playing 7 Days to Die with a shotgun kind of as my percussion.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have an idea. All right. So, you want to deal with the Grey Cloaks. You want to negotiate with them.
Yeah, I'm opening the field to Mike and Kev. Do we want Grey Cloaks plus money or Grey Cloaks plus turf? What are we going for?
Well, I actually think it's just friends and money would be better than friends and turf because we're stepping on toes that we don't.
Okay, yeah, friends and money would
Yeah.
work a lot better. So, doing
Grey Cloaks
a
and turf
job
may
for
not
the
work
Grey
anyway.
Cloaks, they will like us for it, but of course we get money for doing any job.
Okay.
And then the money can go towards both of your projects, so the Whispering Streets and the chessboard grenades. Yeah.
Okay,
Done.
so let's cut to the burnt down Bluecoat station. That makes the Grey Cloaks headquarters. Um, we're speaking again with give me a moment, I forgot her name. Speaking again with Nessa, right, the leader of the Grey Cloaks. And I'm gonna say you guys already gave her her proposal, right? And the result is a hearty laughter from her and the Grey Cloaks surrounding you. She t- she looks again towards you again and says, "That is a mighty ask, Mr. Pride. Really, you want us to share the turf?"
I don't
She's
care if
just
the turf belongs to you. I just want to know that we're safe within it.
Uh,
We do something for you. We prove ourselves to you to be symbiotically compatible. Because we said we're not going for turf. We're going for Grey Cloak's rep and coin.
okay. I see. She looks at her second in command. He nods. Well, there might be just something that you can help us with.
Do
And if you
tell.
do, we will help you in kind. Those papers you got for us, they were they turn out to be mighty helpful. Turns out the the blue co- turns out that that investigation was payrolled by one Lord Strangford. I'm gonna let you guys know already. This is common knowledge. Lord Strangford is probably the most notorious noble in all of Duskfall. I want to say he is either the Boris Johnson or the Neil Farage of Duskfall. Um,
I mean, you had me already, but sure, sell it.
yeah. He like there's um he he is like he's not like he is one of the most powerful members in the city council, mostly because his family has the biggest Leviathan hunter ship in the city. Like enough
Wow.
ship fleet, the fleet. He
Fleet.
has a fleet of Leviathan hunters, right?
Nice.
The biggest one. And like every time you look, every time you read about him, every time you ask someone about him, there's always something bad about him. He is notorious in every sense of the word.
Okay.
And they're just telling you that the investigation on the on the Grey Cloaks case was bankrolled by the Strangford House.
Quite the enemy you have there.
Quite yes. I obviously we can imagine why he would like to burn down a random station in the middle of a decrepit district, but we can't know for sure.
Can I just check a detail?
Yes, go ahead.
So Strangford funded the investigation or funded the arson attack?
I want to say he did both.
Okay.
Like,
So he took out this the Grey Cloaks base. He
and
took
then
out
grease
that.
some hands to make sure that that like
Because if
that
you're controlling
the
the investigation, you're controlling the outcome.
Okay.
Okay.
And can I just connect that to one other detail? And
Yep.
that's the the ghost memory thing that I couldn't remember who was paying the detective,
Mhm.
and that's going to be connected to this as well. So I was stalking the detective, if I remember right.
Yeah,
Unless
you
I'm
were
getting that
stalking the
detail mixed up
sergeant,
with
and
something.
you remember.
The
Yeah,
sergeant,
I
thank you.
remember the
And
detail. You
and when I saw him being paid off, the impression left in my memory was one that would slip away, and I couldn't tie any of the details down to.
exactly.
And that's going to be associated with this Strangford. Strangford?
Yes, please.
I'm going to make you. I'm gonna give you. Uh, Here's the thing. As a GM, I know the answer, and I can just tell
Okay,
you.
cool. Well, yeah.
Yeah, but
No, but in my head, this is what. Sorry, that wasn't a question directed at you anyway. Sorry, but I'm connecting. The question was that was the sergeant that I was trailing. That
yeah.
was the at that point, and therefore, if he was on the payroll of said House of Strangford, then that would potentially connect those points of data. Now, I'm not asking you to confirm that, but I
Okay.
am
All right.
reminding everybody that that was a witnessed event within canon.
Okay.
And if we're learning that there's a name that goes along with that part of our investigation, then we can tie that information back together.
Give me one moment. I'll be right back.
Sure. But yeah. So we'll see where that leads. But
Okay.
regardless, Nessa is talking to you guys. He's just like, of course, we can't suspect. I can imagine why he would like to burn down a random Blue Ghost station in one of the most decrepit, like, districts in the city. Uh, Probably we found some skeletons that he rather keep hidden. Um, but regardless, we can't know for sure, and our investigators, friends, can't pursue anything unless they have anything written down. So, if you want to get good with us, then you may want to do the following. You people may know where Lord Strangford Estate is. It's in Char Hollow. It's the most affluent building there. A sore thumb, a grim reminder of the workers' capitalist overlord. Whatever, we want you to break in and find anything that you may find that might be useful to us. Of course, you guys may help yourself. Lord Strangford is a very affluent member of society, so anything you can make away with, that will be your payment.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sounds good to us.
Good. Then we have a deal. We expect you to return. We expect to hear good results from you. After all, you have made quite. We have heard quite a few things about the dark hole solution. We
If,
just
if it's good, it's true.
The only
If
thing
it's,
we hope is, please, we don't want another burnt down building on our names.
no,
You got the wrong company then.
he jests. We have a specific
I
organization that we burn down.
I
Anyway,
hope he does.
I
I
think.
got a question. Yeah, continue.
No, go ahead, Checkers, please.
No, I do have a question as Kevin,
Oh, right, fair
Yeah,
enough.
go ahead.
because I believe in the second session we talked about there was a fire that happened, which was the Grey Cloaks building, and Checkers came back saying that he did it. Did he do it, or like was I paid to do this, or is this just something that I made up that day?
I just gotta roll 2 dice and see what happens.
Roll,
Okay,
roll for arson.
you did it. You did it. You did it.
Okay. Let me see. If I roll odds, or then I'm not gonna say anything. I'm rolling for impudence. Okay. Cool. Hey, sorry I built your. I'm sorry I burned your building down. But
Excuse me?
we'll get this done.
Well, there goes that +1 rep with them.
I'm not gonna be harsh because I forgot that detail. Your standing is fine, but She's gonna have some words with you.
Cool. I just remembered. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
No,
Uh,
no, it's completely fine. I forgot. It's okay. So you have your job. Break into the Stanford estate and make out with whatever will be useful and whatever will sell.
Okay.
Mm.
I think it's time we went back to being shadows. I think it's time that we showed that we are capable of subtlety, which makes all the fires we have set that much more important.
Yeah.
It's like we don't have to burn every building. We just chose to just to burn you. So let's throw that in. I propose, and I'm doing this half in character. I propose stealth.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. What is your point of so what you need to tell me the detail. What is the point of infiltration?
Uh,
Again, you guys can gather information freely at any point. You just need to let me know.
Point of infiltration. Most things of value aren't on the ground floor of a building. Most buildings, like his, the ground floor is for entertainment. Sure, you've got the cutlery, the silverware, you've got some books, a study maybe. The study for the lodge is mostly a smoking room. What you really want to get under someone's skin, to find the dirt, is their personal study, which is normally adjacent in these big, rich rooms. I'm using my background, by the way. In these big, rich houses, your personal study is often either part of your bedroom or adjacent to your bedroom. It is in your personal rooms, if you're this rich. Yeah. As such, and this is where I want to bring Checker's strengths into play. We're going for a first or second floor infiltration. Point of entry is literally the window. We're going to, what I propose is that Checkers makes a kind of grappling gun slash zip line. I'm not talking about a small one. We're not talking Batman. We're talking like a kind of.
Is
Yeah.
it the I think I know. Is it like the gunner's zipline gun from Deep Rock Galactic?
Yes, yes.
There we
It's
go.
big enough that it's meant for a team, not for a single person. But yes, absolutely that. The gunner's zip line from DRG is what I'm going for because we're going to be using it to get in and very swiftly out. We're going to wait for a storm, which is fairly common in Duskfall, isn't it? They get some nasty ass weather because of the.
They're right. Dustfall is sitting right on the river delta,
Yeah,
and like go like yeah, like
they get
right on
fucking
the river
sea
delta.
storms and all sorts of shit. So it won't take us long. Bear in mind, there's no time limit on this. We're just going to wait until the opportune moment. Storm goes off, so much so that with thunder and shit like that going off, they are not going to notice the fact that this is that the grapple has hit the wall, and this is something that just embeds itself in the wall. We're gonna use Checker's mechanical know-how to zip up,
Yep.
and then we're just going to use gravity to come back down. And we are going to, when we come back down, we're going to have bags suspended from us, so we're going to be able to take all the booty we want. Well, not all
Okay.
the booty we want, but all the booty of consequence that we need to come back down. And yeah, when we finish, we just disengage and zip that line back in. Job done.
All right.
In
And
can chat please? Everyone, mark your load. Can someone in chat please give me a roll of 2d6 and take the highest result?
well,
Yep. So don't roll 2d6, roll 1d6 hermit and do it twice, please.
Yeah.
Assuming that hermit is not AFK, but anybody else can
Yep.
as well.
Yeah, anyone who wants to do it, roll 1d6 twice.
Actually, I'll roll one.
We're gonna.
There we go.
Right.
I rolled a 1. And I think Hermit is AFK, so I'll roll it.
All right.
I'll just make sure it's rolled in chat. A 1 and a 3.
Mm. Oh gosh.
Okay.
The roller giveth and the roller taketh away.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Okay. So, we cut to a dark and stormy night. It's a bit cliche, but it's what you guys wanted.
Mhm.
Dark and stormy night in Char Hollow. Char Hollow is a district. It's one of the poorest districts in Dustful, but it's one of the most well knitted. All right. It's the community here. Like, you fuck with someone in Char Hollow, you fuck with everyone. It's the sort of like idea there.
Mm. Yeah.
And Char Hollow tend to be stacked 1 or 2 room homes, cheap tenements, ramshackle apartments, well-worn taverns, and public houses. It's that sort of like vibe. The Strangford house sticks out like the sorest fucking thumb. It's an opulent, wide 3-story mansion sitting on top of the hill, fenced, right? No matter where you're coming, like whether you're coming from Coleridge or Crowsfoot, you can see that house on the hill. And everyone makes sure to give it the evil glare when they come
Mhm.
back from work they come back from either working the docks or working the factories. We cut to you guys and standing on the rooftop of one of said ramshackle apartments. It just happens to overlook the house across the river. It's a difficult shot. You're shooting uphill. There's a fence, and sure enough, okay, so I'm gonna ask you for you guys' help here. You start in a desperate position. I'm gonna say that you still managed to make it in, but you're starting at a desperate.
Okay.
Mm.
Checkers, well, Kev, actually. Are you okay with rolling the entry point roll? Because we've got to do the setup roll for this. Are you okay for using...
No, that was the engagement. The
Oh.
engagement determines. So the engagement basically means
Mm.
you already fired the harpoon gun.
Right, okay.
So
I think I think what Rotary's asking is how are we desperate in this position? Maybe we shot the gun at the wrong room, and we entered the guard's room. The guard like.
We're going straight to a
Actually-
violent position. Oh god.
I think I have a good idea. You
Go ahead.
shot it, and you wanted to aim for like the frame or like above the window. You shot it into the window. So even though it's a dark and stormy night, you just hear the crash of glass shattering.
Oh gosh.
Thick steel harpoon fucking flies and hits the wooden wall.
Hey, everybody knows Checkers is blind in one eye, so that's not my fault.
Actually, for a man with no depth perception, a bullseye should always be celebrated. We're just gonna have to think our way around this one.
So I'm gonna start a pseudo clock. It's not an actual clock, but what I'm gonna do is you guys have one action, right? You guys have one action before the guards come in to investigate,
Oh jeez.
and this is a desperate position.
So
I think
mean,
just
my-
going home at this point is the right thing to do.
It's like, all right. You go back
My
to
action is
Nessa
gonna
going
be-
like, about that job.
Mike.
Go on, Mike.
Yeah. Go on, Mike.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
sorry.
if we've all gone in, yeah, we're all inside because this is a we shoot, we enter kind of
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna
So
say you're
my
inside.
action is instantly take a full assessment of the room. Okay, and start plotting not just the escape route, but what here is weapon worthy. What can we use to, as we're scrabbling through whatever's about to come through that door, right? Where we have everything available we can to throw at them, to put in their way, to create barriers, to divide the room up so that there are combat zones that we can control.
So I
No,
did
So
it.
I'm making massive preparations in this room for the fact that I'm here with Captain Thinks a Lot, and I'll blow my arm off if nothing else is available.
Right. Rodrigo, before we start with the guaranteed fight with all the guards of the richest house in Duskfall, and bear in mind, I'm trying to do a stealth mission here because Mike did say before we started, well, we should be doing less of the combat stuff.
I
So
was so on board with this. I'm
Right.
genuinely sorry about the
It's
dice.
just the way the dice land.
it's okay. It's okay. We may be able to steal this back. There is
Mhm.
something that we can do. A desperate situation requires a desperate need. Sorry, desperate
Modern
action,
problems
yeah?
that require modern solutions.
Well, yeah, desperate problems require desperate solutions. So one of the things we can do, if the other players are okay with this, is we carry on doing a stealth mission, right?
Okay.
And the way we do that is we untether the grapple, throw it out the window into the dark where they won't see it, and we just put something just get it so that someone threw a brick through the window and we fucking hide.
Oh,
Right?
I love this.
So we
I
dress
know you
this
have.
room up in the single action. We dress this room up so that they come in
Okay.
and go, some prick threw a brick through our window.
I'm
Alright.
gonna count this as someone leading a group action. So just as a reminder, someone decides to be the
Okay.
leader, right?
Okay,
Every-
I've got this then. I've got this then, because what I was just describing now converts from being prepare the room for controlling the fight to we had this backup plan of
Dressing the
we're gonna
room.
all hide. We're all going to hide under a cardboard box each. We mentioned Solid Snake earlier, right?
Yeah.
So we can maintain that lead, right? Basically something like that. So we obviously couldn't bring all our stealth into the room with us, so it's my job to very quickly assess all the things that we're going to use to hide. And I put my hand in my pocket where I would normally go for a small block of
Yeah.
charcoal, and I pull out a brick with a note tied to it, which I mentioned earlier to our GM. And that is our first item of calling card. And I just throw that up against one of the walls so that it looks convincingly like it came off at an angle. And then I point, you there, that cupboard, the small ottoman on the end.
Yeah.
Yes, checkers, you're going in
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
this is gonna
wherever
be
they're
a group
going to
action.
look, we're somewhere else.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be leading a group action. Checkers, you're gonna be leading it. So this is the.
What?
I thought Mike was leading it.
Yeah. Why me?
Oh, sorry. I in the
Misspoke.
heat of the moment, I got everyone's
Yeah,
name confused.
misspoke.
Slate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
Slate.
that's cool.
Slate. Yeah. So the way it's gonna work is that everyone's gonna roll the same action. So if Mike decides, I imagine this is gonna be a prowl. I'm not gonna detect whether that's it or not, right? But this sounds like a prowl, right?
It does. I think that I've got to be honest with it and use prowl.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone's gonna roll prowl.
Yeah, we all gained
Okay,
a point of
right.
prowl, didn't we? So that's good.
Okay. We all gained a point of prowl.
I put a point in prowl.
Yeah, I remember
Mhm.
one of the when the
Yeah.
crew leveled up, you gain a special ability called Everybody Steals, which allows you to put a point in prowl, finesse. or
Okay, yes, I do remember that.
And a lot
I
of
was
us put in
leveling up.
prowl. Yeah.
I did as well. I think, or maybe I already had two prowl anyway. So yeah, but okay, I'm rolling two prowl. Everybody else?
One, but it's not. At least it's not
It's
the
a
zero
dice.
roll.
It's a dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I roll first.
So everyone's gonna roll at the same time.
Okay, let's do
Okay.
it one at a time for the stream's
Yeah.
sake.
Yeah.
So
That's
Yeah, okay, I'll roll first.
yeah.
Yeah, go
Mike,
ahead. You roll
for it.
first.
Wait, it's desperate though, yeah.
Desperate. Yeah, absolutely.
Which means we all get a
Okay.
point in it.
You're all gonna get a point of experience. Standard effect. Oh. Jacob.
I haven't rolled higher than a 3 all night.
Okay, let's see how this goes. Desperate. Standard. Go.
5. Better. Checkers.
Mine is limited because. Oh
No!
my god!
So, and this is the beauty of blades. We only take the highest result. So the result for the entire group is 6. Um,
Checkers
We-
rocks an ottoman. I mean, he looks fantastic in an ottoman.
We became the furniture.
but check. So, um, Slate, because you were the leader, you take 1 stress for every failed roll. So that means
And that
your
was mine.
failure. So you only take 1 stress. Yes.
Okay. There were 2 dice in there. Oh no, 1 failed. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Not per dice.
Failed roll, not failed dice. Yeah. Otherwise,
not
you
failed
Failed
engage
dice.
the
My
yeah.
God, you could pass out in a single action.
Yeah.
Right.
So you coordinate everyone perfectly, right? Like, and in the minute, like, I want to say you guys have a minute at most before guards are busting down the door. Check what happened. This room, the grappling hook, gone. Uh, like, you guys are nowhere to be seen, and the only thing laying in the room is a single brick with the circle and an eye. And with that, we're gonna take a quick 10-minute break.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah. We will see you all. See you guys in 10 minutes time. We're back.
Welcome back, everyone, to what will probably be my favorite score in the entire campaign until we get to the finale, but that's another matter. Uh, okay, so where we last left off the Dark Hole solution, they gave the zipline gun to the half-blind, almost always drunk, Scovish person, and they shot the grappling hook into the window, which shattered, that rang through the entire house. And Slate just managed to somehow, in the time less in time that it took for guards to come investigate, to coordinate a cover up
Yep.
and have the grappling hook hidden. The zip line, you disassemble the zip line, so there's no zip line out anymore. And your guys are nowhere to be seen, and instead there's a single brick laying in the middle of the room with the symbol of the circle of flame. I want to say guards immediately bust through the door. You guys are nowhere to be seen. You know, doing the usual, what was that noise? That sort of thing, right? They search the room and they only find the brick with the circle and the eye. One of them grabs it and looks to the other and says, "Fucking, fucking workers, sort of swear, like, uh, what is this? The third time this month? Something along those lines. I don't know what this note means, but uh, let's just write it. Let's just put in another requisition to fix the fucking window and call it a night." Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we need to call someone to clean up, I guess. Nods. They both leave. They close the door.
Okay. We wait a little while, and when we come out, we take our kind of black clothes off. So we've just got regular clothes because, you know, it's like the whole robber with the black and white stripes. You just don't wear that to a heist. If you can, you get somebody else to wear it. But so we just look like normal folk. Normal folk. And I go, right, okay, that turned that around. Well done, Slate. So, I guess we start here. What room is this? What room is this?
Good question.
We were
I
too
was
busy hiding.
yeah, and I was too busy coming up with consequences. So I want to. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys because in my brain, I was thinking, okay, you guys probably shut this into a hallway, but then Mike wanted to establish that this was a room, so I went, okay, it's a room, but I couldn't come up with, okay, I can't come. I don't know what type of room this would be, so I'm gonna leave it up to you guys.
Okay. Okay. So, I think it's like a spare guest chamber. So it's not as opulent as the master's bedroom, but it's maybe there are dust sheets down on some of the furniture as it's not in current use, that kind of thing. So there's probably very fine furniture here, but it's all under thick, um, draped, very plain looking, dusty looking sheets.
All right, yeah. So you're in a guest. You don't know if it's the guest room. It's probably a guest room considering the
Yeah.
size of the mansion. And you are in the. Give me a moment. Let me just check the map really quickly.
Sure. And so basically, all we had to do to really hide. This is why it was so easy. Was basically get under one of the dust sheets without disturbing the glass that had fallen on top of them.
Exactly.
And so we came in sort of at the back of whatever piece of furniture we were going to hide on. We just got under it without scuffing the dust or anything.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay, I'm going to say you guys are in the southern wing of the mansion, second floor.
South second.
of
Okay.
3. Second floor of 3. So there's
Okay.
still the first and the third floor.
So hiding in plain sight is a little bit of a lost art. From my background of growing up in one of these houses, albeit downstairs, the key to being accepted is having as many people seeing you as possible, as opposed to having to explain yourself to one person. The guards will ask who you are. Other people, maids, cooks, things like that, will not. If you get discovered in any way, make sure you're discovering them, not them discovering you. Offer to help. Ask for things. Don't act like us. Okay? If you end up bumbling into a kitchen, ask for a drink of water, coffee. Both of those work. If you end up finding a maid, ask for a dustpan and brush because you've got to clean up some glass because you're fixing a window. The best thing you can do here is fit in, not stand out. Upper class living is all about compliance. You understand? Good. Right. Guest quarters. This is nowhere near where we need to be. I guess we need to do a bit of a recce ourselves. That means being bold and going into the corridors. Try to
Okay.
not be discovered, but if you get discovered, make sure it looks natural. Let's go.
Okay. So
Uh,
I'm not gonna make this like a dungeon crawl. I'm not gonna go like step by step, right? So guys walk out, and I'm gonna say you guys walk out into a narrow corridor, right? Windows overlooking the front the front courtyard. Um, I want to say because this was where you shot the grappling hook. I want to say this is the room you came out from. It's the last room in the hallway you guys are in. So to your left, there's just the wall, and so the corridor extends to your right. It keeps going there, that direction. So, um, what are you guys doing? What do you guys want to do?
Well, obviously, we want to look for a study,
Okay. So, what
or an office, or something along those lines.
the way I'm gonna do this is that instead of again, I'm not gonna make this a dungeon crawl,
Yeah.
right? I'm not gonna put up a grid. I'm not gonna have you guys check every single room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a should it be 4 or 6? I'm gonna make it 6. It's a big mansion. I'm gonna make a 6 segment clock, right? um, and I am going to where is it? Text. There we go. Um, and this clock is gonna mark your progress towards finding what you want,
Okay.
a study or bedroom or whatever. So every time you roll for that goal, it's gonna be marking off from there, and when it completes, you'll find the study.
Okay. And you said that was a 6 point clock, yeah?
It's a 6 segment clock, yes.
Okay. Let me put something up for that. So ideas, I guess, for us to go and locate.
okay. um, what are we looking for exactly in this mansion? Massive slate.
Um, what are we looking for in this mansion? Right.
Well, we've got two goals. First of all, we need to find information for the Grey Cloaks. That's where I want Lord Strangford's personal study to find what he has. There may be a little bit of safe cracking in it for us. Then after that, anything you can find, jewelry, anything small. Now that we don't have the grapple to get out, we'll have to decide what our exit strategy is going to be. But I would recommend that either something that's going to survive a good hefty throw out of the window. That's why jewelry is so good. or anything that you can walk out with, and them even letting you take it out. Diamonds look a lot like broken glass, don't you know?
This is true.
Yeah.
We have an idea. Other than that, be
Yes.
resourceful. Whatever you
I
find,
like that.
make it
I like
work
that.
for us.
Okay, so I think first and foremost we're going to be going either room to room or I have another venue of exploration because if I step outside, I can use the roof to go window to window.
The gun's downstairs, so if you can find it, just climb on top of it. Easier.
I'm already thinking about how we're going to get out, but yeah, I will see what I can find of the gun. The So I think I'll get out on the ledge, go window to window across, and peer in, and then if I find it, I'll come back and find you inside.
Okay.
And that way, we've got one less person climbing around inside the building where they may think, "What are you doing in here?"
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, we're gonna cut to you doing that right away. We're not gonna faff about with the details.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a risky roll. No, like you're not desperate because you managed to get the suspicion off of you, right? But what you're doing is risky as all hell, and I'm gonna make it standard effect.
Okay. That and the fact that I have a second level of harm.
Yeah, that you're gonna get. I forget what like the thing.
That's one less dice, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
one less dice.
is it that I fill in all of row one and then I go to row two?
No. Let me read that really
Because I have two
quickly.
boxes, but I've realised that I've put them in row one and then row two.
Yeah. Let me read on that really quickly. I forgot where harm is actually. Give me a moment.
Sorry to ask for rules clarification.
No. It's all good. All good. I'm supposed to know this.
And also, anybody who's watching gets to know more about the system, so really don't worry about that.
It's true.
Yeah. Boy. Yeah, I forgot where harm was. Like, convention, rolling dice, give structure, tree, stress and trauma, action roll, consequence of harm. There we go, 30. Sorry, I'm bad at reading content tables.
No, that's fine. Anybody who's watching is kind of like, oh yes, this is a role-playing game.
This consequence represents a long-lasting debility or death. When you suffer harm, record the specific injury in your character sheet equal to the level of harm you suffer. If you suffer lesser harm, record it in the bottom row. If you suffer moderate harm, write it in the middle row. If you suffer severe harm, record it in the top row. Your character suffers the penalty indicated at the end of the row if any or all harm recorded in that row applies to the situation at hand. If any or all. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that went out a little bit fast. So if I've taken two boxes, should it all be on the same row?
Oh.
So I have shocked, but I have I was beaten to within an inch of my life.
It goes by severity.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's
the bottom row is like light harm, moderate harm, severe harm, and if you have at least one of them, that counts towards the penalty if it applies.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in this situation, since you're doing something physical, I'm gonna say it applies. So you get one less.
Sure, of course. Okay. So I'm going to be using my stealthiest methods I can. So I'm going to pull in my scout ability from my special abilities, get an extra dice, and that's going to negate the loss of dice
That's
off
completely
of
fine.
being beaten up. So I'll use my prowl roll, which worked for me so well last time.
Risky standard. What would be a good devil's bargain here? Or you can take to stress to take an extra die.
2 dice is going to do for me for now. To be fair, if it goes wrong, it's because I am in a poor condition.
No devil's bargain for this one. I think you're pretty better.
To be fair, I was going to probably turn down anything you offered.
Yeah, that's fair.
The consequences of this are going to come from the fact that I fail. So I just want to check before I pick the effect. I have shocked as well. Were we saying that it's going to be both that are affecting this? So one less dice and one less effect?
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. It's gonna be
Okay.
risky limited.
So that will mean that I'm going to need to use either stress or a devil's bargain to get an effect out of this. Because if it's
Devil's
standard
Bargain only
effect,
gives you an extra die, so it's
okay,
gonna
so
be
it's
two
going to.
stress.
Okay, so I'm going to have to take the 2 stress. So I'm having to take my time, but it's really difficult or painful to get some of the handholds I need. So that puts me
Yes.
back on standard. So I'm submitting that. No bonus dice because of the counteract.
Yep.
I see now. I see now where I put the negative dice in as well. That's good. Okay, submitted, and I can't even see the numbers. My character sheet's sitting
1
over
and
the top.
3.
Yay! My luck is holding tonight. A 1 and a 3. Yeah. So I step out on the ledge, and just the woozy feeling just washes over me. Um, I, and depending on how bad you want that, complicate how badly that wants to go. I either don't get out on the ledge and fall back into the room. So in front of the others, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go out on the ledge and scout across. And I stand sort of in the window frame looking all heroic and dramatic, and then just like sag and fall back into the room whilst they're just watching me. And I'm like, yeah, that's a
Okay.
bad idea.
All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna say you lose this opportunity. You are not in a condition to be doing theatrical, like Batman spy bullshit. So you're not gonna be able to yeah.
Is it that he
Yeah.
has
So
vertigo and just can't go out on ledges?
no, I'm just too woozy. I'm just like, oh, I've not got
He
the physical strength I thought
he
I
was
had at the minute.
beaten. Yeah, he was beaten to an inch of his life, and he's still feeling the after effects of an electrocution.
Are
So
Yeah.
it's the thing of like, if he goes out like that, chances are he is going to fall. So
are you are
I
you
probably thought
okay?
it was a great idea, but I was wrong. So for mechanical purposes, that clock that has the 6 slots, this was an opportunity for us to fill one of those, and I have fluffed that. So it's going to
it's
it's a
still
hint that
still
it's going to
empty.
take more beats of the drama to get to the point that we need to
Yeah.
Exactly.
be. Okay, glad I
Are
could
you
help.
are you okay, man?
No, but thanks for asking.
Take
You
your
want to
time.
switch? I think maybe I got something in my backpack. Might help.
I mean, I look credulously, but what?
Like I might have medicine. Something might help.
Well,
He
I'm
has might
seeing.
be medicine.
Yeah, I took 2 of those earlier. No, uh, yeah, I'm sat on my ass at a window, just like trying to breathe fresh air in, my back against the, the base of the wall. And I sort of reach up, take your hand to stand up, and go, right now, if it makes me feel better, yeah, okay.
And what I want to use for this is actually my bandolier full chemicals.
All right.
And do I have to do I have to roll for a tinker check for that?
And it's not gonna be a tinker check, but knowing the people that Checkers hangs out with, and the overall considering that you're that Checkers knocked himself out with the anesthetic he was making. Um, I'm gonna make it a fortune roll. So I'm just gonna just roll me 2d6. Just roll me 2d6, and that will determine. Yeah,
Yeah,
1 and 5.
a
five.
5 and a 1.
Okay, so 5 and a 1. I'm gonna say, Mike, for the rest of this score and this score only, you'll get to ignore one of the harm, uh, like debuffs, for lack of a better word. So you get to choose
Okay,
one, either the -1 die or the negative, or the. However, at the end of the score, you're gonna suffer the after effects of Checker's medicine. You're gonna get a light harm. It's just gonna be a level 1, which is woozy.
okay. I do not feel the pain from the roughing up the blue cloaks did.
Yeah.
It's still there, but I can operate through that now.
Feel no pain.
Yeah, I'm not clear of thought because I'm still like jangled up with the electroshock therapy. But at least I'm not fighting through that now. And I look at him, and my eyes not glazed anymore. Like, yeah, that feels, better.
Yeah. So
Mm.
I'm just gonna remind myself at the end of the score, you're gonna suffer the woozy harm.
I'm gonna pencil that in now.
Yeah.
So woozy, EOD, end of day.
Yeah. I find that with my medicines, it's kind of like if your arm hurts, hit your other arm. So it
It's the thing where like your arm
cracks
hurts,
you.
you should start hitting it like so it stops hurting.
A cross of acupressure and homeopathy there. It's a case of, you know what your bruise needs? A bigger bruise!
Yeah.
Diluted in water. Take your bruise and dilute it in water.
So anyways, you're still in the
Alright.
guest room. You haven't found the study or whatever, or the safe or whatever it is you're looking. What do you guys do?
Well,
I point to the window and go, apparently it's not out there.
Noted.
Okay. Should I go mingle with the staff? I'm not a
I would say
mingler.
don't try to charm them. They are accustomed to duplicity. Use your physical skills instead to prove that you belong. You're a good crafter. You understand how things work. Find something and fix it in front of people, and they'll accept you as if you're a member of the family. Use what you're good at. Okay.
All right. I'm going to
We-
the kitchen.
Yeah, so we cut to Checkers in the kitchen. You walk in, people give you weird looks. You clearly don't look as someone. You don't look as a staff. You look more like, oh, a hobo just walked into the most opulent mansion in all of Dust Bowl.
Hey,
So
everybody. I'm here
risky.
to
go
repair
ahead.
the. Waiting for one of them to interrupt me with the answer I'm looking for.
Risky. Okay. Do I make this desperate, or do you think it's fine as risky?
Well, what are they saying first before we
Yeah.
roll? What is he rolling for?
Yeah. What are you rolling for?
No. As in, he's asking them. He's saying, "I'm here for
Yeah.
a repair. What needs repairing?"
I mean, this. Are you swaying them? Are you trying to sway their opinion about you, or are you trying to like get chummy
No,
with them?
he's gonna
Neither.
repair something. He's gonna legitimately repair something that they need repaired.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's no social role here. He just says, "You got something need repairing," but they didn't say what it was. They go, "Oh yeah, it's that over there." As long as he can repair it, he fits in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
You'll go. Yeah. Didn't know you'd be arriving tonight. Yeah. One of our dumb waiters has been like malfunctioning.
Yeah, those
Probably.
dumb waiters are really dumb.
So yes, by all means, go ahead and go ahead. Like
Alright.
it's they show you where it is. And yeah, you can go ahead and try to
And
repair it.
also-
It's like
this is
pulleys
one
and
of the-
cams. This is easy for this guy.
This is one of the few moments where Checkers and Kevin agree. What is a dumb waiter?
Oh. Go on, Rodrigo.
Dumb waiter. I don't know if you've seen it on like it's appeared in shows and cartoons, but it's like like in those in like big opulent mansions, there's a thing where like there's basically lifts to like transport things across the floors, and like sometimes people hide in
okay.
them.
Right. In most
And they're-
horror movies
Yep.
from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So it's like these like vents, like vertical vents that have like a single platform that carries things up and down, right?
It can be food, it can be linen, it can be washed, dirty dishes, anything. It means that the
Nice.
servants don't have to walk through the building with dirty dishes, linen, stuff like that.
Beautiful. I think we have a way into the room. Awesome.
I'm
I
so
wanna
pleased
go.
that somebody else was there. I was like, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
This is his scene.
Okay, so uh, I'm gonna go and tinker with the dumbwaiter. But also, uh, may I have a flashback?
Of course, go ahead.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and do the tinker thing just to make sure that I still have a dumbwaiter to work with at the end of this.
Let's do one thing at a time. Let's do the
Yeah.
yeah.
The repairing first.
Okay.
And am I control desperate or risky?
This is risky because I'm gonna say it's risky because you have the weight of eyes on you.
All right, cool.
Um,
Oh wow, cat just appeared.
do you need?
Yay.
Do you need oh, did you do the roll already?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I-
Five.
I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you for the next roll because it's the one that matters.
sure.
Okay, so firstly, let's cover the effects and consequences of this one.
All right, cool.
The dumbwaiter has been repaired. It's easy, just needed oil. But I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna keep this consequence simple. Even if you did what you were quote unquote called in to do, you're still like a weird Scovish man that just wandered in. This is gonna generate heat. You're gonna get an extra. You're gonna generate an extra heat, at the end of the score. So I'm just gonna mark that up.
Okay. We can bring Cat in if you're okay with that.
Yee!
Yes.
I really want cats in this score. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay. No
Yeah.
problem. We are going to have to catch them up, but
All right.
Yeah.
things are going to go a bit weird for a second. So switch to playing 5, and then let me just disengage that so there's no waiting room for Cat. Okay, Cat, come
Whoa.
on in. And then I need to move people around.
Midstream turnaround.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Not gonna lie, I'm loving this score so far. This is genuinely probably my favorite score.
Hey, look, there's the deep
so
end.
far.
Whee! Here we go. All right.
Hello, cat.
Hey.
Cat's connected now. Hello. I just
Hello.
need to do the shuffle. Hang on a sec.
Literal game of musical chairs.
Yep.
Every day, I'm shuffling.
I'm Kevin. Cat is Kevin. Everyone's Kevin. Right. So, how is that the first one? Oh, okay. That worked well. Now, Kevin is Rodrigo.
Kevin, you're the GM now. Go.
Okay, so dumbwaiters.
Yes. Did it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Cap, just a very quick catch up.
And lazy Susans.
Lazy Susans. Yeah, God, I love Lazy Susans. Anyways, just to catch you up. The Dark Hole Solution took another job for the Grey Cloaks because Jacob wanted to get a good reputation in with the neighbors, and so they are now. You guys have now broken into the Strangford House, aka the house of the most notorious noble in all of Dustful. It's in, and just to give you an idea of how things are going, the engagement roll was a 1 and a 3, which means
So essentially standard then.
standard things, yeah. Basically, the Dark Hole Solution had a very cool idea of getting a zipline gun, shooting it across the canal into the house, like zip in, get in, and then get it out. But they decided to give the gun to the half blind, half drunk, half drugged Scovish man, and so he shot the harpoon into a window. Uh,
But
Hey,
but
his
that
he feels
was not my
involved
fault.
in the team. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not my fault.
thankfully,
Do not give a gun to kids and then yell at them when they shoot somebody, because yeah,
um, but thanks to Slate's quick thinking, you managed to dre- hide, like get rid of the harpoon, like hide it, and managed to hide it in the room. So when guards came in, you were nowhere to be seen. And maybe pin it on the circle of flame. So at the moment, you are sneaking in through. Well, checkers at the moment wanted to get chummy with the staff. Um, chummy with the staff. They're trying. The overall goal right now is to find large strengths for study or safe or whatever. This mansion is a opulent 3-story tall, very wide thing. Like this is, and not only that, it's also on one of the poor. Like this house is on the one of the poorest districts in Dustful. Like this motherfucker is genuinely, basically made a giant statue of his dick to show off to the entire district, and that's the house, right? Um,
not to scale.
not to scale. Um, the comparison I made beforehand is that Lord Strangford, I like to think he is either like the Boris Johnson or Neil Farage of Dustful. He is like very. You don't hear good things about him ever.
We
Yeah.
packed the milkshakes just in case. But yeah. Um, so
Wait.
So,
I
yeah,
need the flashback.
yeah. Sorry, we
yeah,
were
yeah. I was going to
doing
catch up with
checkers.
just
Actually,
one last thing, and that is, Jacob has said, "Don't try to hide, try to fit in," and that's what I was going to say. Kev / checkers is doing now.
Yeah, personalities meld in between. I think we became one person now.
Keckers.
you became the mask.
Keckers, yeah.
Is there
So-
any like canon explanation for where my character currently is, or am I just not there yet?
Actually,
Okay.
the flashback might bring you in.
That's true.
So, yeah. So, I actually wanted to deal with this because the dumbwaiters and I'm looking at the pictures. You can't really fit a person in there unless you're in Arrested
Depends.
Development. So, I actually wanted to, while repairing, install kind of like like in the beneath the platform, just a couple of hooks that you can hook a secondary cabin where somebody can attach that secondary cabin and somebody else might come up, right? So my flashback is, while designing this, I go to Cass and say, Master Cass, would you carry this in the basement so we can pull you up? That way they do not know our numbers.
Carry it into the basement. You mean like sneak into the basement and bring it in? Or
Yeah, because we have to explore the house to see where the incriminating papers or gold might be.
yeah, I can have a go at that.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So who rolls?
Well, it usually is the person who initiates the flashback who rolls. So,
All right.
firstly, I'm gonna say take. I'm gonna say take to stress, because it's not on the complexity of the gadget you're making. It's on the variables of the plan. Like, so I'm gonna say take to stress for that.
Okay.
By the way, the cinematic in my head is as Checkers goes and puts their head into the dumbwaiter and starts working on it. A maitre d walks behind him, and the maitre d looks back, and it's Cass.
Yes.
Because that's just a slick camera shot going on there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cass hasn't been
So-
seen up until now, but just suddenly just appears as the maitre d'.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is going to be at 2 stress. Controlled. No, risky. This is a risky plan.
All right.
Risky standard.
Risky standard, and
Risky
also
standard, yeah.
limited because I'm like super harmed.
It's a flashback.
Oh yeah, you're woozy.
I thought they didn't work on a flashback. A flashback was
Oh yeah.
standard, wasn't it?
Also, you were gonna do something to help me last time, I think.
Yes. So
I'll allow foresight for this, by the way.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's what I was about to say. I'll happily blur foresight on this. So my foresight to contribute to this plan will be talking Cass through how to walk in as the maitre d', and that's my contribution. When you talk about the plan, gain a dice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say for now that because I don't want to get lost in too many rules. Okay, that's a 5. That's still a success. God, 1, 2, 1, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that last dice
It
was
was a
the
roller
kicker,
coaster
wasn't
That
it?
and a
was-
half.
Thank you for the foresight. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. I love this system. I love this system a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
That 5 at the end was Cass looking back in the cinematic. So there we go.
I'm gonna make this standard. I'm gonna say that in flashbacks it doesn't apply. I don't want to get drowned in rules at the moment.
Okay,
So
okay,
tell
yeah.
me. There's a
Actu-
consequence though, so let me.
Yeah. So, Checkers thinks that Cass is gonna come out of the dumbwaiter, right?
Mhm.
But if they are sneaking in already, maybe when I turn back and they're there, well, you're supposed to come out of there.
I'm gonna add a heat. Again, the weight of eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
You still do it. It still works. But these guys are gonna be talking about it afterwards.
Yeah.
So they're convinced right now because he's fixed the dumbwaiter. He's like, he's clearly here to fix the dumbwaiter. But afterwards they go, hang on, didn't he say? And they'll put 2 and 2 together once we're gone.
Yeah.
I fucking love this system.
It's so good.
Gonna press the button and send the dumbwaiter upstairs so Jacob sees it.
I'm gonna allow Cass since you have not been around for most of the session. So yeah, the goal is finding the study. I made a 6-segment clock. Successes, any action, any roll towards the finding the study or whatever, like successes will count towards that clock. When it fills in, you found it. This is a big mansion, 3 floors. So yeah, there's a lot of.
Speaking of which, does that mean that this one is that success was 1 tick?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. 'Cause that's a path towards the
Yeah.
study. We're going to use this as either an entrance to or an exit from the study.
Oh, was it a 5? So you know what? I'm gonna be nice. Yeah, I'm gonna count that as 2 ticks.
Yes.
2 ticks. Wow. Okay. Let's do
I
this.
did
Yeah.
2 rolls.
So choose side 1, 2. I'm gonna be
I'd
nice.
like to
I'm gonna
try.
be nice to you
I'd like to
guys.
try and extrapolate from that. Does that mean a 4 is 1 tick, a 5 is 2 ticks, a 6 is 3 ticks?
The way I was doing it is
I rolled twice. I don't know.
no, wait, I'm confusing it with something else. I'm gonna make it 1 tick. No, actually, no. I'm gonna make it like this: 1 to 3. So a failure is no ticks.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Yeah.
4 and 5 are gonna be 2 ticks. A 6 is gonna be 3 ticks, and a critical, which is 2 sixes, is gonna be 4.
All right.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna be nice, and I'm gonna give you that as like the dumbwaiter saga to go towards finding the study. I'll allow that.
My character arc.
Yeah, exactly. The dumbwaiter arc.
Mhm.
Anyway, so what are you guys doing? What are like
Um,
checkers already set you up with a potential shortcut. Um,
I'm
what's the next
going
step?
to. Oof. Yeah, go on. I'm going to go and get chummy with the people that I'm accustomed to. Um, I'm going to look like the bosses of the workmen that have clearly come in. And I'm going to go straight to the Chamberlain and start talking money and say, look, I don't want to be. I don't want to be mercenary about this, but we've been called in here, and there has been absolutely no um, uh, talk of how much we're being paid here. And now I know that he's good for whatever. Um, are you sure that you can do this? I hear that Lord Strangford's been in. Well, he's currently not been in favour in the city. His wealth is well known, but you know, how much are we going to get paid for this? And I'm going to conspiratorially say, look, I know the stress is on you. I know that Lord Strangford has been falling out of favour lately, but you know, we're repairing a window now. What's that all about? And I'm just going to start talking to the Chamberlain, kind of as equals. Well, not as equals, as
Sounds like you're consorting.
near equal, because a Chamberlain never likes anyone to be his equal. You know, he considers himself second only to the master of the house. And so I'm going to say I'm going to talk with respect, but I am going to be chummy about it all, and I'm going to be saying, look, can we clear this up? And I want to fast forward past who are you to, well, no, of course you're going to get paid. What are you on about? Kind of thing. I'm kind of trying to do this whole thing where I bring the conversation in step two rather than step one, and step one is who are you? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just sounds like you're consorting. That's
Uh,
gonna be
yeah.
risky standard.
Now, with this, if it helps, my fine cover identity is what I'm pulling out. I knew we were going into a
Okay.
into a noble house. I know what kind of things that my mother would have checked for because son of a maid. What she would have checked in terms of credentials. So I have got that. I mean, fine cover identity. And so
All right.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
I'm gonna
the
say
legit
that's gonna
guy.
I'm gonna say that's gonna push you to greater effect.
Sounds good. And so yeah, just gonna try for going straight to. I'm gonna give myself stress for an extra dice. That's two stress. Yeah.
Yeah. To stress.
Yeah. No devil's bargain here, please. And let's try for consort. Consort risky, I assume.
Risky.
Yep. Risky. Great. And bonus dice one for the stress. And let's go.
Ooh.
That I'll take it. I'll
Ooh.
take it. Yep.
All right.
Um, I I have an in character setback, and that is the one that I've had all this time, and that is I'm known amongst noble houses because of my mother. And so later on, when they start investigating this, these guys don't necessarily get pinned, but I definitely do. So this goes onto my name again.
You know what?
He doesn't discover me now, but once they consult, consult, it pins on me. So that's an outcome of the end of this. Is that
I am going to take a secret clock. That's all I'm going to say.
oh shit? I get a full I get a full recognition clock. Great. Okay. Sure. So I've ingratiated myself.
So there was this towards finding the study.
This is towards your choice of either a tick towards finding, or it's two ticks for a five, isn't it? Two ticks towards finding the study, or because he lets go of some information or something like that, and says something like, "Oh, his lordship's been upstairs all day doing the accounts. We've got plenty of money," or something along those lines. Or he reveals an asset that will go towards the coin we gain as part of this. Your choice. Do I get more of the study, or do I get an asset that I go, "Oh, I can take that, can I?" And I just go off and get the extra coin. Oh shit, he pays me. He pays me half in advance.
I'm gonna go with the ticks. So
Okay, sure.
1,
2 ticks, yeah.
So you are at 2. You have 2 ticks missing. You get the information you needed out of him. You are narrowing it down. It's definitely somewhere in the 3rd floor, but you don't know exactly where.
Oh, hang on. You said this was a 6-tick clock, didn't you?
Yes.
So we're 4 into 6. Okay.
Yeah,
no
you're 4
problem.
into 6.
Yeah, I ticked 4 out of 12. Yeah, sure.
Cool. Okay, so I'm actually going to give the floor here to Kat, because you haven't been around most sessions. So I'm gonna give you the spotlight now. What do you want to do? How do you think Cass is going to be contributing towards this heist?
So, can I trigger a flashback?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
I would like to have been hired as a new servant several days ago.
To stress. Risky. Standard. I imagine you're swaying.
Yes.
Applying for a job in the workforce in this current market, very risky.
Yeah. 4. You still do it. Don't worry. Okay, so
You do it, but you don't get paid until next month.
they decide to do the thing where they tell you like, oh, your salary is like 4 coin a month, but they actually pay you like 2 coin every like 15 days.
Mhm.
So
Wait,
yeah.
that's normal. They keep your first. They keep your first in case you get.
No, they
fired.
pay you a training salary.
All right.
Which is
Cool.
like vastly reduced. No, okay, let me
It
think
could have
of
been
like
worse. You could have been an intern. Come on.
Mhm.
I'm an art
Unpaid.
student, do not say that.
All right, let me think of an actual consequence.
Being an
All
art
right.
student is the consequence.
Yeah.
To all my artist friends, I feel your pain.
You will never know.
Mira. So okay, so
So if it's a consequence on the job, then it's you applied for a slightly better position than you got. So the access you were hoping for isn't necessarily as free or as wide.
You've got a mentor.
Oh yeah, you're basically shepherded for.
I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna do it like this. You were hired, and you get hired for the position you apply for. However, your scheduled starting date is not the date of the heist, which means if you don't take measures to do damage control, people are going to know that something's up. I'm gonna make that the consequence. However, from what you managed to so far successfully blend in, successfully, act the part. I'm gonna say that gives you the 2 ticks that you needed to complete the clock.
Okay.
This is information that Cass retroactively learned, right? From their time here, that will relate to Checkers, who will relate it to Jacob. Does that make sense?
All right. Just one problem there.
Mhm.
Don't trust checkers.
I mean, reasonable.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
mechanically, you earned this, so I'm gonna say that this part goes without a hitch. Jacob, you know exactly from your own deductions, from Cass's information, and with the help of Checker's shortcut, You know exactly where his study is. I want to say it's obviously it's on the third floor. Where else?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it's. Let me think. I didn't.
Well, its location
Let
doesn't
me look
really
at the.
matter that much. The
Yeah,
one
but you
question
know
that
where it
does
is.
matter
Hmm.
is, does the dumbwaiter go there? Does the master's meals go directly to his study or not? If you have to roll,
You know what?
great.
You know what? It does. Sure, it does.
This is amazing because that means that there's two entrances. So if he's going out of one, we can come in the other, and vice versa. Okay. Um,
Vice versa. I don't think the master of the
Yeah,
house
it's
rides
going
the
to
dumb
dumb
waiter.
waiter.
it depends how finely you chop him up, but okay.
Wow,
I thought
wow.
if I you're not playing assassins. Hey.
um,
We didn't
no,
mean to
we
burn
could
all
knock him
those
out,
things
put him on the
either.
hooks that Checkers did, and just have him hanging in the dumbwaiter for a couple hours. But no,
Uh,
let's not do that. So the plan. Now that a
plan.
plan is starting to emerge. First of all, find out if the master is in his study. If the master is not in his study, then great. We'll just find a way in. It'll be locked. Well, I say find a way in. If he's not in there, that's the best outcome because it'll be locked. We go down in the dumbwaiter. We ferret around. We get back out again. Jobs are good and nice and simple. If he is in there, I have a strategy for getting him out because I know that time's pressing on. Basically, I go up to repair the window as the boss of this construction company. This what was it? Facilities maintenance company. I go, oh, this has been in the papers, hasn't it? This is the Eye of Flame. Why would they throw and say to one of the guards, why would someone from the Eye of Flame throw something through the window? That's different. Your master's going to need to know about that. Yeah?
Nice.
Because bear in mind, I have reported the Eye of Flame to the,
Circle of Flame, yeah.
to the authorities, so that would have been in starting to circulate in common knowledge. That should get the master so incensed that he wants to go out and speak to somebody about it, the spirit wardens or whatever, and that should get him to leave the study. So can we have a roll? And I don't mind if we pass this to one of the other specialists for it either getting in if he's not there or getting him out if he is there.
Again, I think our best swayer here would be Cass.
Cass, yeah.
So, are you going? You're going into the room. Is that what you're doing?
Well, that's where we need to get the details from. So, is he in the room or not?
Who's currently doing this? I'm gonna say Slate. You're doing this. You're the point man. Your reconnaissance is your thing, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna say you are the one doing it. Lower strength for the is in the room.
Okay.
So, according to the plan that I've just given, if Slate knows that he's in the room, then Cass can spin the lie to get him out of the room, right?
Yep. Give me that is definitely a plan. Just let me look something really quickly.
And then, whilst that's happening, Slate can then go into the room.
So sorry, because I may have picked up the wrong end of the stick there. Am I trying to take him out of the room? Or am I waiting for him to leave and then going in?
From what I heard, Rodrigo was asking you to determine whether he was in the room, but I'm getting a bit confused myself now.
Okay, I think that makes sense. So I could be stood at the door and I can hear maybe I'm a little overwired by the meds that Checkers gave me.
Oh
but
yeah,
I
that
can
was the
hear
thing.
I can hear the scratch of his pen against the parchment on the far side of the study through the thick wooden door, and I'm like, okay, he's just spelled his name out in full. So yeah, he's either in there or not. So that's the kind of level of detail I'm expecting. I'm going to pick up from whatever terrible roll I'm about to make. My dice have been terrible tonight, for those that may have joined recently. Let's have a look and see whether or not a survey roll gets me any closer to a 6 than a 3. So yeah, so I'm stood by the door basically,
What are you trying to
listening
achieve?
intently. I'm trying to identify, well, what I've just been told, that I'm trying to identify if he's in there before we go in, not guns blazing, but go in all gung ho.
Mhm.
Standing in a corridor, I don't think is particularly risky, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's controlled.
controlled, okay. And
Standard effect.
yeah, I mean, I do still have my shock, so it's lowering the effect.
Um, would you say electrocution will affect your concentration or your perception?
If anything, it's going to make me more wired. I think yeah, what?
Right.
Um,
You know what? I'm gonna say it doesn't apply for this one. I was thinking shock
okay,
more
fair enough.
for like physical tests, like climbing, swimming,
Yeah,
that sort
okay,
of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, my body might spasm whilst I'm holding a rope, for instance. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. Okay. A 4. A
Four.
4 is better
Four.
than a 3.
It sure is. All right. Um.
I mean, the complication is quite straightforward. He's in the room. Yeah.
Yeah. He is in the room, but it's a control position, so like the magnitude is not that bad. Let me read what it says. You hesitate, withdraw, and try a different approach, or else do it with a minor consequence. A minor complication occurs. You have reduced effect. You suffer lesser harm. You end up in a risky position. So, um, let me think. Hmm.
He's
It's a
in
good
the
compli
room. He's in the room and he's coming out. So
Yeah, I want to say
I
that
can hear
is
him
true.
approaching the door.
You can hear him
So, okay,
approaching the
so
door.
I don't know if anybody stood near me, but I'm like, he's coming, make yourself scarce. There are no dust sheets here, so we're not going to get away with that trick again. Um, basically, there's a room a little further down the corridor on the far side, and I'm like, we just duck in there very quickly. But
Yeah,
I don't know what room that is.
absolutely. Sure. Okay, so are you gonna lead another group action? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I think so. So who was on the outside of that door waiting to go in? Is it all of
Uh,
us?
I want to say like you convened here, or do you think
Okay.
that would be to attract too much attention,
No,
Jacob?
no, no. I don't know.
How about, because I said that best person to spin this so that the master of the house goes storming off is Cass with Sway. How about the Cass leads the Sway action with the thing that I said about getting the brick with the symbol on it
Okay.
and and going up and saying apparently
yeah,
one of the workmen, because Cass is a member of the household, right? Apparently one of the workmen said that this is to do with, and then get
Okay.
him to storm out.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what's gonna happen. Slate, your action was a setup, which you succeeded, right? So that means Cass for this yarn that they're going to spin, they are gonna get either a +1 effect or an improved position. So that's gonna
Do
be
I
your
choose or
choice.
does? Okay.
No, Cass
I
is gonna
think.
get to choose.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. So you, Cass, you're gonna when you do your roll, you're either gonna get an extra effect or an extra position. So,
Um,
uh,
I will be giving my second insight to you, Cass, so you will get an extra dice if that affects your decision.
okay. So yeah, Lord Strangford is about to walk out of this room. What do you do?
Excuse me, my lord. One of the workmen said, I'm sorry to disturb you. Um, and I just kind of put on a play of the really, really nervous new servant who knows that they should not be talking to somebody this much higher up than them. And I just say, I think you'll want to see this. This is what was thrown through the window.
Okay, let me think about this.
And while you're thinking about that, my flashback for my foresight will be relaying to Cass a story of watching somebody have to do this very thing, having being their first day and having to tell the master of the house something that he didn't want to hear. And I describe in great detail the mannerisms, how it went fucking wrong, and all the rest of it. To the point where I said, be careful, this guy got beaten by the master of the house. The master of the house still went off and did the thing, but he got beaten. So, shooting the messenger. What can I say? When you're a noble, you get to be a prick. So that's my flashback.
Desperate standard.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm going to. I think I'm going to increase the position then.
Okay. However, if you keep it at a desperate position, you get an XP.
Oh,
Do you want to
I'm not
boost
sure
the-
it's.
Hang on,
That's a
standard
silver
effect,
tongue.
isn't it?
Standard effect.
So if you boost the effect, it'll be desperate,
Desperate.
but great.
Greater.
So you get an XP and
Have
a
I
chance
said that I
of
love this
double
game?
winning.
Have I mentioned before that I fucking love this game?
We don't even
I
need the
feel-
devil's bargain. That's enough of a devil's bargain right there.
I feel like I'm being persuaded in a certain direction.
It's up to you.
Up to you. I'm not gonna
We're
pressure
just
you.
stating the options.
I mean,
Well,
now
I-
is a really bad time to fail, but I kind of want to know
You
what
can
would
still
happen.
remember. You can still push yourself for an extra die or effect. So
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
always a good
is
time
there an
to
effect
fail.
above greater?
no. So you can go risky,
Yeah.
risky standard, desperate greater, or push yourself
I'm not.
for
I'm not following
risky
this at all.
greater.
Don't worry, I'll figure this out. So I can go desperate
Greater.
greater plus the die for Simon's
Yeah.
thing.
Plus another one if you
Plus
push
then I
yourself.
push myself.
Yeah.
So then I have 2 extra dice.
Yeah. Or you can go risky.
Risky.
Standard
Standard
effect. Plus plus an extra die from Simon, and you can still push yourself for another one. Or you can go risky, greater, but you only get the 1 die from Simon.
Yeah. And then if you do push yourself, instead of having 2 extra dice, you instead turn it to a greater.
Okay. I'm gonna go risky. Hang on.
Mhm.
Sorry. Desperate.
Here we go.
Greater effect with 2 bonus dice. Is that
All right. Yes. Yeah. Go
Get
ahead.
in there.
Roll for it.
I can't see. I can't see.
Hang on. It says
Yeah.
that I can input an effect which is extreme.
I'm currently I'm not using it because I haven't read on extreme
Okay.
effect. So for me the limit is greater,
Right.
and the bottom limit is like no effect.
The way I see it,
Oh my!
it burns. It burns.
Wait. Actually, that's the wrong roll. I thought you said
It's
position
sway. It's sway.
desperate.
It's
Technically,
sway.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. You know what? I'll allow it. It creates more drama, so I'll allow it.
oh, you rolled the wrong pool.
Oh. Okay. Consort. Desperate.
No, it's sway.
Sway. I
Okay.
think you went sway. Yeah.
Sway. Desperate. Great effect.
Yes.
2 bonus dice.
Yes. 5. So at least do it. First of all, mark your XP. Fuck you.
Oh.
Okay, let me think on this. It still suffers a consequence, obviously, right?
Well, I gave you an in for one possible consequence, and that is he hits Cass in the face.
Don't want to go with that route. Not gonna lie.
No,
I don't
no,
know. It
that's
feels
cool.
bad taste. Hmm. What would be a serious complication? Let's delve into that before we get into
Oh,
the
is it
good
serious on a
things.
5?
It's a desperate
Oh,
position.
yes, of course, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Oh,
You
wow.
do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer severe harm, a serious complication occurs, or you have reduced effect. I'm not gonna reduce effect because boy, that was a big fucking gamble. All right. Um,
I would
I'm
say he
going to.
puts a guard outside the door, but I'm mindful that we only have 5 minutes left.
Yeah. If it's okay, I think I'm fine with going a little bit longer because we started kind of late.
As long as
But
the others are, I'm fine.
yeah. So um, what would be? I'm gonna leave this up to the floor, and chat can chime in as well if they want. What would be a serious complication?
Ooh, Bearded and Hermit, you have some power.
Uh-oh. I'm scared of the chat.
Yeah, same.
The chat have the power of random.
What do you mean same? You're the DM.
I play Benefactor on Fridays.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been collecting all these points while I've been watching
I hate
this
you.
stream.
I hate you.
I
I
can-
hate you. I hate you.
I can trigger like 3 wild magic surges at this point, and I could just
You have
do
to
them
get in there
back to
before
back.
Scorn.
Your cat. Your knees are mine. But yeah. So what will be a serious complication? That
Someone's
was
nan
desperate.
comes around to dinner randomly from Scorn. By the way, I haven't seen Scum's name in the chat. You say Scum's name, suddenly they appear in chat. Not a coincidence.
Amazing.
Mm.
You know what? I think I
Beetlejuice.
have an idea. I think. Let me check. Hmm.
Ooh.
Any one of you have an idea? I think I heard an ooh. Mike, was that you?
No.
I'm genuinely having a hard time coming up with a serious complication from this.
I mean, there's exposure, there's harm, there's...
The one that automatically sprang to my mind, but I wanted to keep quiet. If he's got to take action based on something he's been passed by a maid, he takes the maid with him.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I
Now,
was
I'm
going to
not
go
trying
with
to
as
take
well.
you out of the scene, though. I'm not trying to take you out of the scene, Kat. So it's about whether or not.
That is...
No, I think that's reasonable.
Okay, I'm gonna think on the consequence later, but first let's
Actually, I did just think of one just now. We've just fingered the Circle of Flame for this. If Lord Strangford contacts them and they manage to prove as a part of this consequence that it wasn't them, this flips on its head. And
Yeah, but
he's pissed at us.
I'm comfortable about that. I pre-planned that because for them to actually come out in the open and not end up gaining this as a negative,
Okay.
they've got to come out in the open. They're a secret. They can't actually claim to have not done it.
Before we get to the complication, let's get to the fruits of your labor. This was greater effect. So he sees the logo and he says, "Oh, Penderin, you bastard."
Thank you.
Right? It looks Penderin, you bastard. Did you see anyone outside? Anyone from the Veruvian consulate by any chance? I wouldn't think Avrathi would get too bold, but
Not from the Aruvian consulate, but I did see one of Madame Teslin's servers outside.
Well, they're really fucking ballsy to just throw a brick into my home. Checkers, you have an idea for a consequence? Please let me know.
So, if he knows this is a secret society, and the maid came in with the note and everything, he wouldn't want that person with that information around. So, is there a dungeon in this place? Because then it becomes like a rescue mission.
Wow, this got like Borgia's really quickly.
Yeah. Let me read up on Lord Strangford.
Oh man, this sucks.
It is a serious complication, so it could count.
But we've confirmed Pandaren. I mean, kind of knew it anyway. I was going to go on the assumption alone, but
And you also got another name, Avrathi.
yeah, Adrathi.
Avrathi.
Can you say it in Spanish?
A-V-V-R-A-D-H-I.
Okay, that's EA
Oh,
there.
nice. Like Avrathi.
Avrathi, yeah.
Ah.
Okay. Huh. He realizes that he's spoken too much in front of a lowly servant. When did you start working? He says.
Technically
Quite
tomorrow.
recently, my lord.
Quite recently, you say?
Is everything all right? I haven't upset you, have I?
Please care to follow me. It will be quick.
Yes, of course.
It'll be quick.
I'm gonna make a clock. This is gonna be a 4-part clock. This clock is going to be... I'm just gonna spoil right away what it's going to be.
We're in tenterhooks. Go on.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh! No!
So this clock is when it fills, Strangford will shoot Cass.
Shh.
Yeah, that's where you have to remember she wasn't
They-
completely alone here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
behind the door down the corridor. I am going to intervene, if that's okay.
I actually do have a way to get out of this, but if you want to try first, then
Also,
Then
this
let
is a
me be the
mechanic.
backup. Let me be the backup plan. But go on.
Also, there's a mechanic that we haven't been using a lot that I want to remind you guys of. If you don't like a consequence, or the consequence you think it's too severe, you can always try resisting it. I will tell you the attribute that you're going to be rolling. You're going to roll that many dice, and then you're going to take stress equal to 6 minus the highest result. But you get to either reduce the consequence or avoid it completely.
do you have to do that as soon as the consequence is announced, or can you try and get out of it, and then if you fail to get out of it,
You have to call it when it happens. Right now, I'm gonna allow it to do it retroactively because this is a mechanic that we haven't really used so much. So if you want to resist it right now, I will allow it this once.
I'm good.
Okay. Just while we're discussing mechanics, what is the protect action?
Protect. Face danger for a teammate. Step in to suffer a consequence in their place. You may roll to resist as normal if you wish. So
Okay, that might be let's let cats play the way they want to, but that might be what Slate has to do if things don't go well.
cool. I'm cool with that. So Large Strangford is starting to lead you off, and you guys have the clear to the study. This is a timer, by the way.
Okay.
That's us. That's us.
As the Furore goes down, Slate said that he's covering Cass, so I guess it's down to me and Checkers to go down the shaft. Let me just check something. Yeah. I've got a study of 2 checkers. So do you
can
want to
le- you
lower
can
me
lead a-
down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Actually. I
So
think.
one of you can lead a group action, and you can both search the room. Remember that.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as this particular rail crash moves away, there's this because he still thinks it's broken, and in what is the most budget Thunderbirds transition sequence you've ever seen, tumbling out of this little hole is Checkers and Jacob, and we go right. Cass has put themselves in great danger to give us this opportunity. Let's not blow it, my friend. We
I'm
need
gonna say.
a safe, and we need to go through his desk.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is gonna be desperate, just because of the time limit. You're crunching.
Yeah.
Right. So both of you mark an XP.
Noise.
On insight. Yep.
Yep.
Did I
And
get? Yeah. Sure.
and both of you get to roll study. So do it one at a time. Risky. No, not risky. Desperate standard.
Desperate standard. Okay. I'm just going to bring up the roller. So go for it, Checkers.
No bonus dice, right?
No, unless you want to push yourself.
Nope.
3.
Ah.
Okay. Would blueprints help here?
Blueprints. I don't think it will help.
Okay.
Because
that's
they will
fine.
give you a layout of the house. I don't think it would tell you.
But what
where
about
the things
secret
are.
rooms?
Oh, that's true.
I'm thinking like where a safe would be, or something like that. Or maybe, as you say, it could be the swinging bookcase that comes forward. We need to get this stuff for the Grey Coats.
I'm gonna
We need
say
this...
it will bump your effect, but it won't
Sure.
give you extra die.
Okay, so increased effect, so that brings it up to greater, but still desperate.
Still desperate.
Which greater desperate is pretty much the buzzwords for the session. So let's do it. I'm going to push myself one more time.
Go ahead.
So study, desperate,
Greater effect.
with bonus dice. Here goes nothing, guys. A 4. That's a success, but with a drawback. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a success with a drawback, but it's greater effect. So this is a group action. So we only take the highest result, which in this case was the 4. However, who is leading it?
Me.
Okay, so you're gonna take 1 stress for Checker's fail roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go over the room, and you are fucking like you're throwing caution to the wind, right? You are throwing papers out. You are like yanking drawers out of the desks.
Yeah. No
Things
subtlety.
like that.
Yeah.
No subtlety. You manage to find quite a few things. First, you do find a safe. It's on one of the it's it's behind a one of the bigger like desk doors, and it's in there. It's a standard numerical code safe. It's like Secondly, you find something that appears to be a map, but it's not a map of the Duskfall, or even of Akaros or any of the Isles. This appears to be a map of the Void Sea, and you see certain parts of it circled in red.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I may ask you to make me a roll later to see if you can determine what this means, but we'll do that later, right?
Did you get this from the safe, or do we still need to open that?
You know what? I'm gonna say this is in the safe.
Sure.
My bad.
Okay.
This is in the safe. So what else of import could be in here? Oh yeah, and of course, you find a ledger where he keeps all of his transactions, including the dubious ones.
Done.
Yeah. You got what you came here for, basically.
Okay. Anything
Now,
of value that I can grab hold of as well that's small, I'll take, because we need the coin.
where there's that map you found, there's also I've been assuming that as you've been going through this, you've been like
Yeah.
swindling things around,
Cash it on the dumbwaiter
yeah,
on the black
um,
one.
yeah. So you don't have to give me a roll for that. I'm gonna assume that everything you see that it's valuable, you fucking pocket it immediately, right? However, consequence. I'm going to take one segment of the clock, of the cast clock, and because it's a timer, um, after taking that action, I'm gonna take another, so it's already halfway.
I'm hooked on a feeling.
Ba-da-ba. So you're outside of the mansion now. He's leading you to the back gardens. He's making small conversation.
Outside already. Like, where are we? Are we somewhere visible?
Uh, you're still in like yeah, visible area. Yeah.
Do I have any idea what's going on?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you this one for free because you have the ability to check if someone's lying. I'm gonna bend that ability a little bit. You do notice that he has an ulterior motive. You do notice that he probably lets a little. He let a few details slip through that he shouldn't have, and he's probably want to take care of that.
And he is taking me to somewhere secluded.
Exactly.
Okay. As I'm walking behind him, I'm going to see whether I can very subtly reach into my pocket and pull out my trance powder, which I have as a slide. And as soon as we're out of sight, I'm just going to blow it into his face.
Desperate. Oh god, this is desperate. If there was a position lower than desperate, boy, would I give it to you. But desperate will do.
Oh.
And standard effect.
What skill should I roll for this? Can I roll prowl?
I will allow prowl.
It's underhanded.
Okay.
You can twist yourself for an extra die.
Sorry, what was the effect?
Standard.
Standard. And yes, I will push myself.
Life or death,
I'm
of course
thinking-
you're pushing yourself.
I'm thinking about a devil's bargain here.
Okay.
Oh, he will have a vendetta against you. Not against the Dark Hole solution. You
No,
Well,
that's
don't
it.
worry,
No,
that's
it.
fine because I have a vendetta against him personally, so we might as well even it out.
So you
I
take the
will
bargain?
accept that, yes.
Yes!
Vendettas against each other just cancel each other out.
Now they're friends.
Yeah, they're both friends because they've both got something in common.
Mm.
Okay. So you do it. In a moment, you see your opportunity, a blind spot. You walk behind some hedges. You immediately, it's not. I want to say it's not even graceful. I mean, it's proud. I guess it would be kind of graceful, but you basically grab the pouch of trance powder, and you fucking smash it against his face as such, like a cloud of powder, yeah, just appears in front of him, and he immediately yells, right, before he see him go woozy and then collapses to the floor, passed out.
Calls out is fine. I thought he was going to fire the gun like a starter pistol.
Actually, yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
It's a
Say-
desperate position. It's the worst. It's not the worst thing
It's
that can
good.
happen, but it's a bad thing that can happen.
So you hear
Yeah.
the gunshot ring out across the mansion grounds. Yeah, that's it.
To quote Red Dwarf, that's the Awuga waltz. It's time to get out of here.
I have a request.
Shoot.
So he had his gun on him. He had it loaded.
Yes.
He had it cocked. He was ready to shoot me.
Yes.
I realized this. I want to take his gun.
You take it.
Cool.
Absolutely.
It's mine
Cool.
now.
It's yours now.
It is getting a name carved in the barrel.
I mean, you can get rid of your nemesis right now. Just saying, you know.
Where would
Downside,
be
you
the
got a
grace and
nemesis.
finesse
Bang,
in
do I?
that?
Up
I
to
don't
you.
even want to think about how much heat we would take for that.
A crap ton. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Put it this way, it probably get us our second wanted level.
We make it look like it was the circle that did it.
That's
Take-
true.
Yeah,
That's
take it down.
true.
Everybody has in
You
their
get rid of the
pockets a
biggest
small-
arsehole in Duskfall and pin it
I'm
on a
doing-
circle.
I'm doing
We
it.
have a small scroll each in our pockets, right? Simon also has a spare brick, and each one of them has been mocked up so that it's a perfect representation of what they gave to us as our proof of concept. They gave us their signature. We're leaving it behind us. If you have a vendetta, fulfill it. Feel free.
And you know
Now,
the
admittedly,
beautiful...
that's then also going to bring all the consequences of there being ghosts involved. But there you go.
You know how the beautiful thing about this is that because we've burned every building we've been in, as long as we don't burn down the building, we're fine.
Don't say
You
that.
turn around and Wilczek is already with the matches. Not Bill, we're not burning it? What?
You guys are taking
The
me for a
toolbox talk,
ride.
checkers.
Jesus.
Remember the toolbox talk.
I was
I need a
holding
moment,
the mask.
Jesus. I need a moment.
Okay.
You give us
So I
chaos,
followed-
we give chaos back,
We
man.
broke it. We broke
I
the
followed
DM.
Cass outside on the off chance this wasn't going to go well. And I'm
Can you
like,
please tell me what's
I'm there-
chat's
I'm there
reaction
to-
so far? Because I'm loving this.
Hermit's saying that'll show him, and Scumfew says he's going to send the Maids Union such a heavily worded letter.
So
You know what?
I'm there to witness how this goes and to rush in to save Cass if they are under threat. And I just watched them deal with this perfectly with that slap to the face. I see the glitter as it just flies around this dude. Dude drops to the ground and then stood over Strangford with the gun, and I'm like, okay, I don't need to be involved, and I scurry away. Now, whether we hear a second shot, I don't know.
Do they hear a second shot, Cass?
Yes.
Yes. Why
So,
are we so
cut-
happy?
I'm
We
stood.
cut.
I'm stood. Yeah, go on.
We cut to a wide shot of the Strangford mansion as a second bang is heard across the district. And not long afterwards, you start hearing the bell.
That's your Awuga waltz. I'm
gonna be honest with you guys. Yeah?
Yeah?
I think we can wrap the score here. We don't need to go over the details of how you get out. I'm fine with just hand waving that.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're all concerned with the dead master. We can walk off and we could take a fucking piano out if we wanted to.
Not only we can,
As-
we did.
I'd like to report a crime, a murder and grand theft piano. Sorry, theft grand piano.
That's great. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I
got
just
it.
want it noted that this is direct payback for the first score in which I had to clean up all of Jacob's messes. Now they've recognized him and not me.
Oh yeah, it's all on me.
Yeah.
Oh, hang
Okay.
on. No, you didn't take that. You didn't take that, did you?
What?
Back when I talked to the Chamberlain. Oh no, yeah, yes, actually you did because you put a clock for me being recognised. Yep, okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is all going to be on my name. Yeah.
Very Valiant move from somebody who's not from Dust Bowl, Master.
Okay. So, all right. So we cut to the Dark Hole solution leaving the Strangford Manor as a single Death Seeker crow flies in, starts cawing as it circles the mansion grounds. So we're gonna do this quickly because we already overstayed our welcome a little bit, although I think it was completely worth it.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, firstly, payoff. 2 rep per score by default. That's 2.
Nice.
If the target of the score is higher tier, take +1 rep per tier higher. Please guess what tier Lord Strangford was.
3 higher than us, probably.
He was tier 5.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. So
Oh,
that
I may have
gets
fucked up.
3 higher than us.
Why would we? Oh my god.
This is rep, not heat.
This is rep.
Yeah, we
I-
haven't
This
got
is
to
rep.
heat
People
yet.
are talking.
I know, but you know when you jump into a lake without knowing what's at the bottom, and then when you get up, you see that there were rocks in there. That's the feeling that I just got.
So, you guys are primed for another tier up. Not exactly, actually. This will strengthen your hold of your territory. You will still remain tier 1. But it carries on, so like you filled your bar, and when you rise to stronghold, right? You start with 2 rep by deep next time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You also earn coin reward based on the nature of the operation. So this was
Cool.
by default, because you stuffed your pockets with everything that wasn't nailed down. I'm gonna say this was worth 8 coin.
Boys, you've got your capital. You've got your starting capital for your projects.
So divide that 8 coin however you guys see fit.
Jacob takes none. No, seriously, the boys wanted it for the projects. Anything that would go to Jacob goes to the projects.
Yeah, no, I'm still feeling guilty about all of the heat that I put on the cruise, so I'm
Speaking
not going
of-
to take any either.
Yeah. So Jacob, not Jacob. Sorry. Checkers and Slate take 4 each. Is that right, Cass? We're just going to give it to them.
I'm just gonna take 1 because I can only work on the project once, right?
You can
no.
use,
Each
you can
coin
use
lets you-
coin to do more rolls. That's why
Yeah.
we're giving it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm taking 2 then because I already have 2.
Okay, I will be taking the full 4.
Okay.
Let's
So
put
the
the,
Now
remaining
let's-
2, I
let's
guess,
put
go
the
to
other 2 in the dark
crew.
hole thing then. Oh, that fills our coin. Can we put stuff in vaults yet, or?
Give me a moment. You guys don't have the vault upgrade, so I'm gonna say
I'll take
no, it
I'll
has
take one
1,
coin then
2.
just so that I can throw it to whatever later on. Go on.
Yeah. Remember, you guys can put a coin from your you can move coin to your stash. So that's something you can do.
Okay.
To your personal stash. Anyways, let's talk heat. Okay, let's see.
Is it me or is it cold in here?
No.
It's not cold in here.
Okay, after score conflict, the crew takes heat. +1 heat for a high-profile target or well-connected target. Oh yeah, absolutely. Add +1 heat if the situation happened in hostile turf. Yes. Add +1 heat if you're at war.
Was it hostile
Yes.
when we started?
Okay, I'm not gonna say it was hostile turf. He wasn't like aware of you guys.
Yeah, they had
being
no idea
hostile.
about it, so
Yeah,
we hit
yeah.
them flat.
Okay. Add +1 if you're at war.
Yep.
Add +2 if killing was involved. 1,
Was it?
2.
I don't recall. Okay, right.
So that puts you at five heat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're 2 away from another wanted level.
Okay.
Um,
I know what I'm going to be spending that coin on.
Give me a
An
moment.
extra
I need
action to bring the heat down. Okay. Okay, not liking that. What the? This was.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. We're not gonna do downtime. We already spent too much time. However, I will allow, because Kat, you were not at the beginning of the session. I will allow cast to do their 1 downtime right now.
And for narrative reasons, can it be after the?
Yeah, I'm gonna count this after this current score.
Okay.
But normally I would call the session here.
Mm.
But because you weren't at the beginning of the session where we're now doing downtime,
Okay.
I'll give it to you now.
Okay.
You get one time 10 action because you're at war.
Hear me out on this.
Mhm.
I would like to reduce heat by keeping my cool. I'm going to continue working there for my entire downtime.
I will allow that. Go ahead and roll whatever you want to roll to reduce heat, and there's no consequences for this. It's just reduces your heat. Three. Okay. Hey, that's 1 heat less from you guys. So. Okay, so. We are going to end the session with the following. The city is abuzz. You don't recall there being this much political chaos since the Imperium declared war on Scotland. A member of the city council is dead and was found dead in their people. Obviously, the nobility put the faces of mourning and, oh, he was such a strong pillar of the community, just to keep appearances. But let's be real, people are probably going to be celebrating in the streets at the moment. Char Hollow is alight with celebration.
Nice. It's like Naive died.
Yeah, absolutely. Changes are coming to the dusk. A power vacuum has been opened up. And with that, we're going to leave today's session. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for today. I know this was an extra long session. I think we carried on for like an extra half an hour. But I think it was completely worth it. I hope everyone agrees.
Yeah, that got complicated, but good complicated.
Yeah. Thank you again to Simon, Kev, Mike, and Kat for joining us for playing today. Yeah. Thanks again. If you enjoyed the stream and you wanna become part of this clusterfuck, you can always subscribe if you want. If you want to throw money at us, or you can just join the Discord and see what nonsense we're talking at the moment. We're gonna be coming back on Friday for the Benefactor, hopefully, because these last 2 Fridays have been kind of a wash.
Wild magic surge.
I'm not gonna be present for this Friday session.
This Friday session is going to be nice. You're going to be hunting down the Witch Queen. You're pretty much there now. So that I'm looking forward to that. Scumfuse says possibly for the World Magic Surge. You got some competition, Cat. You better get in early. Because those boys have got some serious channel points.
Okay.
Hermit's saving up for something bigger. Oh dear.
Oh no, I don't like that. So yeah, join us again on Friday, and hopefully join us again on Sunday for the Fast Farewell.
Yeah, the Battle of Silver Ridge. So the consequences of this is if they screw up, members of the members of the settlement of Silver Ridge will die, and that will effectively be the start of failing the mission as a whole.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So yeah. Thank you again, everyone. I think we're gonna be rating someone now.
Yes, so notice that the Bearded Gamer Show, who popped in earlier to say hi and watch for a bit, has started streaming. So we're going to give the
Yeah.
look
Let's
back.
rate him. Let's rate him.
We haven't
Yeah.
rated him in a very long time. So we're going to go do that. Yep, you have said everything for this week, so that's great. And big thank you to, well, all of you. I feel that we need more viewers than we have for this because, frankly, I've never seen so much chaos and turnaround and also having to bounce ideas off each other. I notice I don't spend much time thinking of what my character can do anymore. I think that's part of the spider's job anyway, is kind of going, hang on, no, Cass can do this, and then, oh, Slate can do that. And yeah, so throwing the mic, rather than passing the mic, it's throwing it and going, do something.
If you get me to talk about the system anymore, we're gonna be here for another 2 hours.
True. But I think you got a convert with Hermit, who just said in the chat that Blades is wild. Blades is definitely wild, and we should do more of that. Anyway, that is it for tonight. Give some love to the Bearded Gamer Show, and we will see you on Friday. Have a
See
good
you, everyone.
week.